Crown Point offensively will go this way. Hunter McDonald, a 6'4", 230-pound senior, is their center. Their guards are Elliott Flynn and Michael Wolf. Carl Begley and Kyle Milley will be the tackles. Their tight end is Bed Urin, and the wide receivers are Tyson Casey and David O'Toole. The quarterback, Will Pettit, and the running back, and probably their most dangerous offensive player, Scott Mills, at 5'9", 175.
Yeah, Will Pettit's dad was a quarterback, and he was an all-everything athlete. He's the principal of the school right now, and he's a sophomore, and he's baptism under fire, and their offensive line is not as strong as it was last year. This is an evenly matched game, and it's going to come down to, I think, turnovers. If you
Steve and I will be back with some final pregame words and tonight's kickoff after this final pregame timeout. You're listening to Slicer Football on 96.7 Eagle.
For the sharpest cars and lowest prices, visit All-Star Autos, LaPorte County's #1 independent used car dealer. All-Star Autos is located at 1403 East Lincoln Way here in LaPorte. Their friendly and professional staff have been serving the community since 1976 and will help you find the ideal vehicle for your needs and budget. They offer financing for everyone and have a wide selection of quality automobiles. If you're in the market for a new automobile, go with the dealer you know and trust, All-Star Autos. Visit us in person or online at allstarlaporte.com. All-Star Autos, sharpest cars, lowest prices.
LaPorte Slicers know that the key to competing and winning is hard work, preparation, and persistence. At Friedman & Associates, we believe in the same principles. Our law firm has been here since 1984, providing legal counsel on a range of issues, including employment matters, juvenile law, traffic DUI matters, accident injury cases, school law, and family matters. If it's not an area of law we practice in, we can refer you to someone who can assist your needs. Friedman & Associates, prepared, persistent, and hardworking, just like our LaPorte Slicers.
WLOI, WCOE, LaPorte.
The Gold Clipper Pet Salon and Resort, located at 112 J Street in LaPorte, is considered one of the best grooming salons in LaPorte. The Gold Clipper, open since 1985, offers a variety of services to ensure your pet has a pleasant experience in a stress-free environment. The Gold Clipper also offers daycare and boarding for your precious best friend. Stop in and check out their selection of solid gold dog and cat food, as well as an assortment of treats. For more info, call them at 219-324-5000 or go to their website, www.goldclipper.com. Now back to Slicer Football on 96.7 Eagle, brought to you by T-Berry's Diner.
Well, back at Kiwanis Field, the Slicers and Crown Point just a couple of minutes away from kickoff. The Slicers have broken out the orange jerseys tonight for homecoming. Black numerals, orange helmets, black pants. Crown Point, all in white jerseys and pants, red numerals, red trim, and they've got red helmets. Another very colorful night here at Kiwanis Field with the bright green field turf and the orange end zones with the orange and black Slicer Flying L at midfield. As we mentioned, low 50s, heading for the 40s. The rain is pretty steady right now. Awful lot of umbrellas up, down underneath us as the captains will head out to midfield to reenact the coin flip. All the Slicers have come from midfield, touched the 26-yard line for Jake West, as is the tradition here. And LaPorte and Crown Point just about ready to go in what should be a really evenly matched Duneland Conference battle between the Slicers and the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it should be. And John Harrell's a website that I go to for a lot of information. And he's got it predicted at 21-20 LaPorte tonight. That's the home field advantage probably.
We were laughing. That's Valpo beat them 38-7 and beat us 38-8. We're a point better because we went for 2.
Yeah, that's exactly right. In a lot of different circumstances. So it's their captains are out at midfield, and soon we'll know what they already know.
Noah Perez out there along with Kalik Biggers. A couple of offensive linemen, Scott Strand and big Brandon Siebert, are out there. Slicers will be defending the south end zone. Crown Point won the toss. They will defer, so they'll kick to the Slicers. The Slicers will defend 10th Street, be heading for Klimzak Drive, and LaPorte will get the ball to start this. I don't think they needed to do the coin flip. If they were going to defer, we probably were going to take the ball.
That's usually what happens with Coach Sharp. I've seen him defer once this year, though.
Yes.
He usually doesn't, but he usually wants to have the ball and And I think it has to do with the way the offense works. The Slicers really need to play from ahead, and you get that ball first, and you take it in and knock it in. You're playing from ahead, and you're not chasing points early.
So back deep for the Slicers, Parker Hill back deep in the middle, over to the far side, and in between the 5 and 10 is Zach Purnell. Isaac Alexander's here to the near side between the 5 and 10. Crown Point will kick it off from right dead in the middle at the 40-yard line. Jack Muma, a 6'1", 190-pound senior, will kick it off. Crown Point is sort of, they've got a big group over toward the far side. I'm guessing they're going to try to kick it over toward Purnell. So Muma with the approach. He is going to kick it that way. Purnell is going to take it right at the 10, across the 15 to the 20. Doesn't get much more than that. Gets wrapped up, gets it out to the 21, maybe the 22. And that's where the Slicer offense will head out onto the field and try to get something going here with the first possession. LaPorte and Crown Point here on homecoming. Heading out for center will be Alex Lewis. Good to see him back. Connor Stahlbaum and Scott Strand are the guards. The tackles are Brandon Siebert and Kevin Hudson. Gage Kepke, Drew Kabasic are both tight ends. Kuzda sets up at fullback back behind Kirkham. Slicers quick snap. Try the left side, spinning out across the 25 and out across the 30 for the Slicers goes Dylan Gray.
Good run by Dylan.
They're going to mark him at the 31, going to be second and about a yard. Slicers going to go no huddle, going to try to set the tempo. Crown Point usually goes with 3 down linemen, 5 backers, but they got a whole bunch of guys up the line of scrimmage. Kirkham's going to keep it, going to spin around. He didn't get much, but he might have got enough for the first down. We'll see where they mark it.
I think they're going to mark it as they gave him the first down.
So it is a first down. They will move it. Slicers right at the 32.
That's an early quarterback keeper. We don't see that till a little bit later on.
Crown Point has 9 guys within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. Slicers go right side, fighting out across the 35 before he's stood up. I think they're going to give him just about the 36. That was Alexander on that one. He's going to pick up 4. It'll be second down and 6 for the Slicers.
And Isaac did start in the backfield.
Minute into this one, Slicers with 1 first down, looking at a second 6. They're at their own 36. Kirkham under Lewis. He's going to keep it himself. Gets around the corner, gets it out across the 40 to about the 41. He's going to be real close to another first down. I think he might just be a tick short. Going to be third down and less than a yard for the Slicers.
They must have seen something in film because they've run that twice, and then usually they don't run a lot of the quarterback keeper off the fake.
Bulldogs have 5 guys down linemen and then 2 guys stand up defensive ends. So third and short for the Slicers. Right across the 40, out near the 45 goes LaPorte. Another first down. I think that's Dylan Gray for the Slicers. It is. Slicers with a first down at their own 45-yard line. First and 10 for the Slicers.
Slicers are getting good chunks of yardage. They haven't run that play to Kuzdas up the middle. That's got to be coming here pretty soon.
LaPorte over a little bit toward the left hash mark. They're heading north toward Klimzak Drive. Going to try Alexander right side. He bursts through the scrum out near midfield. He's going to pick up 5. There was a scrum over on the right side of the Slicer offensive line. There were 4 or 5 Bulldogs, bunch of Slicers, and all of a sudden number 7 squirted out of there.
Well, I thought he had nothing.
Yep, for about a 5-yard gain. So second and 5. Boy, that's huge first down for the Slicers because we are a big down and distance team. Ball over near the left hash mark, and Slicers are going to jump. Over on the far side, that's Kepke.
Yeah.
And that's going to move LaPorte back, and that is going to bring Nathan Smith into the ball game. So the second and 5 is going to turn into a second and 10, and that's the kind of penalty the Slicers just can't have.
No, they can't. So we'll see what they're almost in 4-down territory here.
Second and 10. Slicers go right up the box. Not much there. Across the 45 to about the 46. And that's going to be a about 9 now for LaPorte. Crown Point shifts some personnel. Slicers on the near hash mark. The penalties put them behind down in distance a little bit. Turn to second and 5 and do a second and 10, and now we're third and 9.
Let's see what the Slicers do out of this.
Kirkham down under center. He's going to fake, looking for the pass. Gets it. Tried to get it out in the flat to Gray. make the catch, but coming up was one of the Bulldogs. I don't know if he got first down yardage.
No, it was.
So the Slicers will send Zach Purnell out. LaPorte will punt it away. Back to Crown Point. Drops Trevor Beescat. And over on the far side, I believe that's Tyson Casey. Snap is good. Purnell's kick is high and short and left. Going to land out of bounds, and we're going to see where they're going to mark it, but Crown Point is going to have some great field position. That went off the inside of the foot of Purnell.
That's going to be somewhere around the 45-yard line of Crown Point. It's going to end up being about a 10-yard punt.
So they're going to walk him right up. They're going to give it to him at the 43 of Crown Point. The Bulldog offense comes on out. For the Slicers, defensively, it'll be Kalik Biggers, Matt Neff, and Jordan Steinheiser. Across the front line, the backers are Austin Buda, Noah Perez, Zach Purnell, and Landon Cirillos. Crown Point quarterback Will Pettit will work from the gun. He'll put double wides to each side. LaPorte with just 3 down linemen.
Empty backfield for Crown Point.
Shifts some people around. He had trips to the left, 2 men wide to the right. Pettit gets the snap. He's going to try to keep it himself. Going to slip off a 1 tackle, but going to get stacked up after just a 2-yard gain.
He ran it was almost like it was a quarterback draw. He didn't wait a long time. Only got about a couple. Slicers had it snipped out.
Tyler Cadwell in on the tackle for LaPorte. He's starting over on that far side. Do you see Cirillos out there?
No, I don't.
Anyway, 2nd down and 8 for the Bulldogs. They put it back. That's Scott Mills off to the left side of Pettit. Slicers come and press the slot man. He moves into the motion from right to left. That's Anthony Gonzalez. Pettit gets the snap. We'll give it to Mills. He's going to try the right side. Gets wrapped up at the 46. He's able to fight forward. They're going to give him the 49, and it's going to be 3rd down and 4 for Crown Point. One of the Slicers over there on the hit was Matt Neff.
Yeah, I don't see Cirillos out there. Buda's the outside linebacker on the left side, which is towards us.
So it's 3rd down and 4 now for the Bulldogs. They go trips to the left side, which is the wide side of the field. 1 man wide right. Scott Mills, their running back, is off to the left side of the quarterback, Will Pettit, who's working from the gun. Pettit looking left. Going to throw it in the slot, and it's going to fall incomplete. He threw it over the head of Gonzalez and a little bit short. I think that's O'Toole out there. And at 4th and 4 out near midfield, it looks like the Bulldogs are going to punt it away. And if they do, we will have traded punts to start this ball game.
He was lucky that it wasn't intercepted. There were about 3 Slicers around that football, and he threw it poorly enough so it wasn't intercepted.
Caleb Kirkham is back deep along with Parker Hill. They're waiting around the 20-yard line. Snap is good. Bulldogs get a booming punt off. That's going to land at the 1 and roll into the end zone. And LaPorte will take over 1st and 10 on the touchback. That's big number 13 for Crown Point. Young Mr. Colin Flavin. Got a little leg on him.
Yeah, he does. You know, Crown Point's always got his good kickers.
Yes.
Good kickers and punters. They have for a lot of years.
So the Slicers will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20. Each team has had a possession. Each team has had to punt it away. Slicers picked up a couple of 1st down. Bulldogs went 3 and out. Kirkham brings the offense out.
There was a 51-yard punt. Crown Point does have the wind at its back in this 1st quarter.
So the Slicers right dead center of the field. Everybody in tight. Kirkham down under Lewis, the center. They're going to try Dylan Gray. He fights his way out. Maybe got the 24 before he was knocked back. Going to pick up. They're going to give him 3, 4. Yep, it'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Slicers out at the 24.
Slicers no huddle again.
Everybody in tight, ball over near the left hash mark. They're going to try Kuzdas this time, I believe, and he fights his way, I think, across.
Fumble. He got a fumble.
No. Now Slicers cough it up, and the Bulldogs come up with it. I think it was number 46, John Kozer, who recovered the fumble. Anthony Gonzalez was also over there, but the Slicers cough it up at the 6:57 mark of the 1st quarter, and Crown Point is in business at the LaPorte 22-yard line, and You're the man who said it was going to be turnovers that decided this. So right now, Crown Point's got the lead.
Slicers defense, they have their backs to their own end zone. Need to make a play here.
Slicers forced a 3-and-out the first time the Bulldogs had the ball. Will Pettit, the quarterback, works from the gun. Off to his left side is Scott Mills. Double wide to the left side. Everybody else in tight for Crown Point. They're going to go to Mills. He's going to try the right side. Cuts it inside the 20. A flag flies. He's taken down at about the 8-time. That's in holding territory.
And that's a huge penalty when you almost are in the red zone when you get a turnover and on the first play you get a penalty.
It is going to be a hold. It is going to be on the Bulldogs. The flags are about the 22, the original line of scrimmage. If that's where they mark it from, it'll take them back to the 32, and that's exactly what they do. And now they're looking at a 1st and 20 with 6:51 left here in the first quarter and no score.
See if the Slicers can turn Crown Point over. Let's see if Crown Point is going to, if they'll put the ball in the air at 1st and 20.
Brock Lipscomb comes over to defend the man on the short side of the field. Parker Hill heads over, trips to the left. That's the wide side of the field. 1st down and 20 now for the Bulldogs after the holding penalty dropped them back to the 32. Pettit throws one into the flat. There's a quick hit right after the tackle. They picked it up, but another flag comes down, and we'll see where that's at. That's in holding land, too.
Or I wonder if it's somebody, or it could be some lineman downfield.
We'll see what they tell us.
It's an illegal man downfield.
Illegal man downfield hits the Bulldogs, and they will head the other way. They picked up 7 or 8 on that play. Now they are 1st down, and my goodness, I have to do my
25.
math. They're at the 37. They got to get it down, down to the 12. So 1st and 25 for the Bulldogs. They're moving the wrong direction.
Crown Point doesn't huddle. They're kind of all over the field.
They mill around. Trips to the left, 1 man wide to the right. That's the short side of the field. 3 down linemen for LaPorte. Slicers not showing blitz right now. Dropping back is Pettit.
Screen
trying
pass.
to set up a little screen. Throws to Mills in the flat. Slicers had it sniffed out. Galik Biggers, meet Mr. Mills. Or excuse that wasn't Biggers. That was Buddha. Wrapped him up, took him down. They got back about to the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 2nd down at 25.
Buddha was right in the middle of that screen and did a nice job of defending. And I don't think LaPorte was fooled.
And they didn't. A lot of times LaPorte will bring linebackers, but they just rushed the 3 men, so there were a lot of people hanging around at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 25. The ball at the 37 of LaPorte. Slicer defense trying to work over a Slicer turnover. No score. 5:29 left first quarter. Pettit gets the snap. Drops back. Looking downfield. Tucks. Rolls to his left. Fires it. And overthrows his receiver at the 20. He was trying to get it to big. I think that's Tyson Casey over there.
Yeah, Casey's 6'3". They got
Brock Lipscomb was in the vicinity. But overthrown. 3rd and 25. The incompletion stops it at the 5:18 mark.
Slicers put some pretty good pressure on it. Forced Pettit out of the pocket to the left. He's a right-handed thrower. That's a difficult throw for him to make.
I am glad he threw it because I think he had 10, 15 yards if he'd have taken off and run.
Yeah, I think so too.
So Pettit now has Mills back behind him. Watch it in a shotgun eye.
Watch a draw here.
Drops back. Throws it across the middle, falls incomplete. No flags. Zach Purnell was in the vicinity. And for Crown Point, Ben Uren was looking for an interference. It's going to fall incomplete. And looks like the Bulldogs going to punt it away here from the 37.
He's going to have to gear it down.
He's going to have to gear it way down.
Good defensive stand by the Slicers. A couple penalties, and they didn't make any yards out of that at all. They lost 15 yards in penalties.
Gets a good snap. Gets the kick. It's going to land. Oh, it's going to take a Bulldog bounce, and they're going to be able to down it at the Slicer 7. Tell you what, this
he geared it down.
Kicker. He's my favorite punter of the year right now.
He geared it down, and you know what? That was a great chip shot. He stuck it.
And LaPorte did what they should do. That thing landed at about the 10, but he was able to get it, so it just hit and stuck. As Steve said, 5:05 left first quarter. No score, LaPorte and Crown Point. Slicers turned it over last possession at their own 22. Couple of Bulldog penalties made them punt, but the field is still flipped right now as LaPorte's back at their own 7-yard line.
See if they get the ball to Gray here.
Kirkham down under center. They're going to try Alexander. Does he get the 10? I think he gets the 10. Going to pick up 3. Going to be 2nd down and 7.
Pretty well defensed.
Slicers pick up, they're calling it 2. Going to be 2nd and 8. LaPorte with the no huddle. They're going to try the right side. Here comes Alexander around the corner. He's to the 20, the 25. Gets taken down out across the 30, and the Slicers have worked their way out of trouble, except there is a penalty flag back at about the 12, and it looks like it's going to be a hold on LaPorte.
Yes, it is.
So it's going to be a hold on the Slicers. That should half the distance us back to the 6.
It'll be 12. It'll be 2nd and 12. That's unfortunate.
And that flag was more in the middle of the field. Alexander went wide right. Now, I'm sure that was somebody sealing somebody off. But that wasn't those that was right in front of the play that opened things up.
No, I think that probably wasn't. It wasn't why the play was broken.
2nd and 11. Slicers try it up the box to Kuzdas. Not a whole bunch there. Matter of fact, there was nothing there. And it's going to be 3rd down and 11 for LaPorte. Slicers shuttling Berquist into the ball game. Coming out is Salary.
Salary kind of snuck in there.
Sneak in there. Berquist is one of our better receivers.
Yes, he is.
Sneak him out. They're going to give it to Berquist. Going to try to get around outside. He gets spun down at about the 12, where it's going to be 4th down and 5 or 6. And the Slicers are going to have to punt it away. We certainly need a better punt than last time.
Yeah, we did. Slicers were penalized and were able to not make the first down. They were already all the way out to the 30-yard line.
Purnell going to snap it out. We're going to kick it from about the 1. He gets it up high, short kick to the right side. Going to land at the 24. And going to be down by the Slicers right about there. That bounced backwards. It got one of the Slicers. I think coming out to cover for LaPorte was Gavin Zolvinsky. That hit him, and Crown Point's back in business inside the Slicer 25. And we could use a couple more penalties here.
Yeah, or a turnover.
Yep.
We need a takeaway.
The great thing that the Slicer defense did after Crown Point got those penalties, got behind the chains, we didn't give them anything after that.
They got 0 yards.
So the Bulldogs over on the left hash mark, split 2 guys out wide to the right side. They're heading down toward 10th Street. They're 1st and 10 at the LaPorte 24. No score, 3:18 left first quarter. Will Pettit, the Bulldog quarterback, will fake it to his running back. He'll drop it, and he'll just jump on it at the 30, and they lose 6 more for a 1st and 16.
It was it looked like it was kind of a draw play, and the handoff was missed, and there was a fumble, and it's 2nd and 16. That's better than a penalty.
That's right. And Pettit, heck, the Maryville guys last week, it would bounce right back up to him. But Pettit just got down on top of it. So it's 2nd down, 15 yards to go, says the scoreboard, and they're moving guys all over the place. They go ahead and pitch it. And down around the 30, there's a penalty flag on the far side. Bulldogs had 2 guys in motion.
That's an illegal
shift. We had guys jumping, so I think they're going to go back 5 more.
Yeah, that's an illegal shift when you have 2 guys in motion and one doesn't set.
So the referee's talking over. One of the Slicers kind of popped up, but I think he saw all that movement in the white jerseys. So we'll see what we get here from the official.
Illegal shift.
On the Bulldogs. That's going to move them back 5 more. It's going to be 2nd down and 20 as they move back to the 35-yard line. Yep, it's on the button. They're on the 35. They got to get it to the 15. The tail end of the ball's at the 35. Clock moving, 2:26 left first quarter. This game has got zero flow.
The only flow is there's been a lot of flags.
Trips to the left side to move Gonzalez in motion from right to left, and he comes right back to the right slot. Pettit gets a snap, looking right, throws it here in a flat. Ball is caught at the 30. Taken down at about the 26 is the Bulldog receiver.
That's 88.
That's O'Toole. In on the hit for LaPorte was Brock Lipscomb, who's over there with the two Slicers inside 2 minutes. Third down, still 12 for Crown Point. They work their way up to the 26-yard line. They got to get it down to the just inside the 15.
Yeah, this is 4-down territory. That was a good defensive play. The Slicers made a solid tackle, didn't let them get any yards after the catch.
Gonzalez in motion from right to left. They fake. Pettit looking left, looking left. Nice pass, caught at about the 15. And down inside the 10 go the Bulldogs. Boy, one of the Slicers got up, tried to get a hand in the passing lane, just couldn't get up high enough to get it. And they're making a nice catch for Crown Point was number 80. That's going to be Trevor Beescat.
And the Slicers were in a zone, and it was It was just over the outstretched Slicer fingers. Didn't see who that was.
First and goal now for Crown Point from the 8. 1:16 left first quarter. Ball way over in the left hash mark. 3 men right side. Gonzalez moves back to the slot. Pettit gives it to his running back down inside the 5, or to about the 5 goes Mills, where it'll be second down and goal. We're down inside a minute left here in the first quarter. Steinheiser checks out. Creel checks in for LaPorte. As it's second down and goal, they're calling it the 4. The tail of the ball's just inside the 5-yard line.
Cadwell's back in, and Chavez is out.
Bulldogs will have to snap it one more time this quarter. 35 seconds left in the game clock. Gonzalez in motion from right to left. Moves back over to the right side. Pettit gives it to Mills up the box. He gets down to maybe the 3 or 2.5 before he is thrown back. And it's going to be third down and goal from the 4. I believe that is going to run out our first quarter. With our score, LaPorte nothing, Crown Point nothing. Steve and I will be back with second quarter action after this timeout. You're listening to Slicer Football on 96.7 The Eagle.
No job is too big or too small. Nobody's specialties, we do it all. Quality's number one in auto body repair. To get fixed up, you know where. Foreign or domestic, we're your local shop. All work guaranteed, but we're hard to top. No job is too big or too small. Auto body specialties, we do it all.
Back to Slicer Football on 96.7 Eagle, brought to you by Tony Floral and Gift.
Well, we've got a quarter in the books. LaPorte and Crown Point no score. Bad news is the Bulldogs are looking at a third down and goal from the Slicer 3. Slicers turned it over on their second possession. Had to punt it away. Crown Point penalties have hurt them offensively, but since that turnover, LaPorte has not been able to flip field position.
No, they haven't.
So the Bulldogs, big third down and goal from the 3. Crown Point now heading toward the north end zone as they switch at the quarter. Slicers defending. LaPorte will be trying to get it down toward 10th Street. Mills off to the left side of Pettit. Ball on the left hash mark. Big Bulldog offensive front line. Everybody in tight except 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Gonzalez moves from the slot left to right and then scurries back to his left slot. We've got a penalty flag.
I don't know if
before
LaPorte
the
jumped or if
snap.
there's motion.
Slicers are clapping, and the Bulldogs move, and
That's a huge penalty.
boy, that moves them back to the 8. Their penalties have been our best friend.
Yeah, they have. And our turnover was their best friend.
So third down and goal now from the 8 for the Bulldogs. Slicers trying to get them out of here with a 0, but worst case, a 3 spot.
Giving up a field goal is a win right here.
So the Bulldogs, 3rd and goal now from the 8-yard line. Pettit gets the snap, rolls right, looks back left, throws it. It's got an open receiver. No flags down, and the Bulldogs get on the board as Pettit finds Ben Urin for the score. So at the 11:54 mark, an 8-yard pass from Pettit to Urin. And the Bulldogs lead it 6-0. Out to attempt the extra point will be number 1, Jack Muma, right-footed kicker. Moran gets the touchdown pass. Muma kicks the extra point with 11:54 left in the second quarter. Crown Point takes the lead 7-0. Stephen, I'll be back with the Crown Point kickoff after this timeout. You're listening to Slicer Football on 96.7 The Eagle.
So you're listening to Slicer Football when you realize that you don't have dinner, and now you're thinking what sounds good. How about pizza from Albino's Villa? Albino's has something for everyone at any of their 3 locations: 401 J Street, LaPorte, 1612 Franklin Street, Michigan City, or 6492 Johnson Road, LaPorte. Whether it's pizza, Italian beef, spaghetti, tacos, or even salads, Albino's can take care of your hunger needs while enjoying the game. For a complete list of menu items, please visit albinosvilla.com. Albino's Villa is a proud sponsor of Slicer Football. Go Slicers.
Now back to Slicer Football on 96.7 The Eagle, brought to you by Stable Alarm Systems.
Well, Jack Muma out to kick it off for the Bulldogs. They lead LaPorte 7-0, just 6 seconds into the second quarter. Back deep for the Slicers. Parker Hill in the middle. To the near side is Zach Purnell. Far side, Isaac Alexander. They are sort of heavy over to this side. They went to Purnell to start the ball game, and it looks like they are looking to do that again. Muma's kick to start the game went to about the 10. Purnell was able to get it out to about the 21-22. Going to kick it over this way again. Purnell's going to take it at the 12. To the 15. He's at the 20. Fights his way forward. Tries to spin away from a tackler. Finally taken down. They're going to give him about the 24. And it's going to be 1st and 10 there as the Slicers trying to get the offense moving, trailing 7-0 with 11:43 left here in the second quarter.
Yeah, Crown Point deferred, and they've controlled the action in the Slicers territory due to basically a turnover, and the Slicers have not punted the ball away to flip the field.
So here comes LaPorte. Ball in the right hash mark. Kirkham goes down under Lewis. Kupke and Kubasik are the 2 tight ends. They tried Dylan Gray. Fights his way across the 25. The scrum keeps moving forward. Now it gets pushed backwards. They're going to give him out to the 29. Going to be a pickup of 5, maybe 6. Going to be 2nd down, long 4, short 5 for the Slicers, who come out quickly, no huddle. Ball over near the middle of the hash mark. Slicers moving down south, heading down toward 10th Street. Kirkham pops up from under Lewis. Looks over to Dave Sharp. Still 20 seconds on the play clock. Checks his wristband for the plays. Drops back underneath Lewis. Gets the snap. Going to go Alexander. Not a whole lot there for Isaac. They're going to get him out to about the 33, where it's going to be 3rd down and a couple for LaPorte. We just go under 11 minutes left here in the second quarter.
Yeah, third down. It's a long 1, short 2.
Quickly underneath center, they go back to Alexander. He gets stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Maybe give him a little bit. Now LaPorte's talking 4th down and less than a yard. And Dave Sharpland, you usually go for this.
Yeah, and it's less. It's probably about 2 feet.
Slicers out quickly. They go to, I think that was Berquist. He's got enough for the 1st down. Gets it out across the 35 out to the 37. 1st down, Slicers in their own territory.
That was a gamble, but it wasn't a huge gamble.
Well, especially we've been punting it about 10 yards.
That's right. Well, we got the win now.
Then we go 15. So 1st and 10 Slicers. We're at our own 37-yard line, trailing 7-0, trying to get some offense going here. They're going to try Berquist. He's going to try to sweep. Crown Point bursts through, and Slicers get a big loss of 5 or 6 yards. Boy, that's one of those things. LaPorte just doesn't go wide and give themselves an opportunity to lose yardage. Everything's in tight and to the line of scrimmage.
That was a loss of 6, and now they're at second and 16.
Back at about the 31. Kirkham down under Lewis, pops out from underneath center. Clock moving at 9:36 left here in the first half. 7-0. Crown Point leads LaPorte here on homecoming. Looks like the rain has stopped, but there still are some umbrellas out. It's not as hard as what it was. Kirkham with 5 seconds on the play clock. Gets the snap, tries Kuztis up the box. Caleb fights his way across the 35 out to about the 38, the original line of scrimmage. And plus about a yard, so it's going to be 3rd down and 9 for LaPorte.
That was a big gain. He almost got half of it back.
So 3rd down and 9 now for the Slicers. They're at their own 37-yard line, out to their own 38. Looking over at Coach Sharp, getting the play.
I don't think they're going to put this one in the air. I think they're going to keep this on the ground.
Going to try to get it 4th and manageable, I would think. Kirkham back down under center. Goes right side to Alexander. He gets it across the 40 before he's stacked up at about the 42. Looked for a second like he had a little bit more running room. Got stacked up. They're going to give him the 42. Got to get it out to the 47. Going to be 4th down and about 5 from LaPorte. The punt unit's going to come out for the Slicers. You know, I'm surprised we didn't at least try to get him to jump.
Well, but maybe now. Maybe Kiner will try to get him to jump.
Purnell out to punt, gets the snap. This is a better kick. Going to be taken at about the 25, going to the wide side of the field, breaking a couple tackles out across the 50, and off to the races, but there is a penalty flag at the 35.
Yeah, there was an illegal block back there.
Trevor Beescat is going to run it all the way in for the score from the 25, but we are going to come back at the 35-yard line. Is a penalty flag, so the Slicer defense will come back out. He was able to get it on the run. He was kind of running sideways, got it on the run. And the Slicer defense will come out as the Bulldogs will come back with yet another penalty. And I didn't see the illegal block, but that is right where he broke free.
I saw the block, and there was a crushing block that was right about the 35, and it was pretty close to being legal, but it was blocking the back.
So we had an illegal block on the Bulldogs. That'll move them back. The penalty flag was at the 35.
We were waiting to see it marked off.
Looks like they're going to mark it back to the 20. With 7:51 left here in the second quarter, Crown Point leads at 7-0. It's a big defensive set for LaPorte. Slicers are down a touchdown. Bulldogs have the ball with 7:51 left in the half.
Well, they call that
get the ball to start.
They call it a 15-yarder.
So, yeah, it does. That takes them all the way back to the 20-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
I didn't see the signal. I wonder if it was a clip or even a personal foul.
So Pettit, working from the gun, moves a man into motion. Going to flip it to him, going to try a sweep. He breaks one tackle. Lipscomb hits him at the 15, and the Slicers take him down at about the 14. Going to be a loss of 5 or 6. Slicers had that blown up from the get-go.
Yeah, they did. We've got another flag on the play.
It's down at about the 15.
Well, that was right about where the tackle was.
So the referees are talking things over. I think I see a hold sign. O'Toole was the runner. Illegal block on the Bulldogs. Slicer's going to decline it. It'll be 2nd down and 15.
Yeah, the Slicers got penetration from, I think it was Biggers from the defensive line, blew it up, and it didn't get the tackle, but he strung it out, and Lipscomb was able to make the tackle.
Biscuit's trying to figure out who got illegally blocked. He felt like everybody in orange was on him. So 2nd and 15 now for the Bulldogs, back at their own 15-yard line. 7-0, Crown Point leads it. Crown Point on the near side hash mark. They're heading toward the north. Man in the slot right side, man way wide right. The slot man moves into motion. And they're going to fake to Mills. Looking downfield, and it's going to fall incomplete. Isaac Alexander had a beat on that. They were trying to get it out to Uran, the tight end. But you can see Isaac, he kind of eyeballed that, just couldn't come in and get the pick, but it falls incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 15.
Yeah, Alexander undercut the route, and he almost looked like he was the intended receiver there. And 3rd down and 15. Big play by the big defensive play for the Slicers because they can flip the field back here.
7.5 minutes left in the first half. Slicers trail it by a touchdown. Bulldogs spread out. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Mills the back. Pettit gets pressure, finds his man, and he can't make the catch. Boy, they drugged their tight end, ran across the middle. He had it in his hands at about the 23 or 24, bobbled it, couldn't pull it in. And the Bulldogs going to have to punt it away. But
he would have gotten a first down. I think he had an over. They ran about 3 verticals to clear out all the areas, and they ran down like you said, drug him across the middle, and he was open, but didn't catch it. We'll see what kind of punt we get here against the wind. He's had 2 great kicks.
At about the 2, Slicer backs are waiting right at midfield. Good snap, good kick. Kirkham's going to make the catch. He's going to get hit immediately, going to fumble it. The Bulldogs going to pick it up. Kirkham didn't call a fair catch with that high kick. Grabbed it, gave it up. The second turnover for LaPorte puts Crown Point in business.
Well, Coach Sharp is saying he made a fair catch signal.
He didn't. I was watching because I thought he should. That was really a good kick. So LaPorte's second turnover with 7:14 left here in the second quarter puts Crown Point back in business, puts the pressure right back on the Slicer defense.
Yeah, it does, and it's...
So the Bulldog offense right back out.
Slicers really need to get a turnover here.
Gonzalez into motion from the left side to the right side. Pettit waits till he gets set, gets the snap, will try Mills. Mills cuts it upfield, cross the 45, gets hit hard at about the 42. They're going to give him about the 41-yard line on the pickup. Going to pick up 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Clock will click down inside 7 minutes. 7-0, Crown Point leads it. We are in the second quarter. Ball just shy of the 40. 2nd down and, boy, it's more like 5 and a foot. Yeah. Double wides left side for the Bulldogs. Gonzalez again moves into motion from left to right. Pettit about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Gets the snap. Going to try Mills left side. He's out across the 35. Got the first down to about the 34.
One of the Slicers' defensive linemen got to the backfield, but they got him blocked before Mills, and they haven't run anything up the middle except that quarterback draw. They kind of try to run the flanks.
Marcus Gray in on the tackle for LaPorte. First down, Crown Point at the LaPorte 34. 6:13 left in the first half. 7-0, the Bulldogs lead it. Crown Point has hurt themselves with penalties. Slicers, a couple of turnovers. Pettit going to go right back to Mills. He cuts it up the middle, powers his way down. They're only going to give him about the 32. Going to pick up a couple. Going to be 2nd down and 8 for Crown Point.
Pretty well defensed by LaPorte. I think Perez was there on a tackle.
Friel checks back into the Slicer lineup.
For Neff.
2nd down and 8 for Crown Point. Ball on the near side hash mark. That's the left hash. They're heading north toward Klimzak Drive. They lead at 7-0. Clock ticking toward the 5.5-minute mark of the first half. Gonzalez, right side to the left side. And we had a jump. So they give us 5 again. It's going to be 2nd down and 13. Crown Point has been their own worst enemy tonight.
Yeah, they really, I think both teams have shot themselves in the foot. Crown Point could be ahead 21-0 with the penalties with the turnovers that we had. And the Slicers, they didn't turn the ball over, would have been in a whole lot better shape too.
So 2nd and 13 now for Crown Point. They put 2 men to the left side, the short side, but Gonzalez then moves into motion over to the right. Pettit dropping back, setting up a little screen to Mills. Mills gets hit, taken down at about the 22-yard line, or 21, or 31 they'll give him, where it's going to be 3rd down and 8. They got the penalty back just about. That's about what they were when they twitched.
Boy, it looked like that was wide open for a lot more than 5 yards. The Slicers were able to shut some blocks. They ended up getting about 6, but they still have 3rd and long, and this is 4-down territory.
3rd and 7 for Crown Point. They're at the 31 of LaPorte. Got to get it down just shy of the 24. Pettit has Mills off to his left side. Gonzalez again into motion. Resets in the left slot. Good protection. Pettit's going to take off. He's got the first down. Gets hit down inside the 25 at about the 23. Saul Lane was able to get enough for the first down. His first down Bulldogs at the LaPorte 23-yard line.
Perez blitzed, and they got the blitz blocked, which gave them a pretty good lane, and he ended up getting about 8 yards.
First down, Crown Point. Ball at the 23 of LaPorte. They lead 7-0. Clock's at 3:53 left in the half. Crown Point will get the ball to start the second half. They won the toss and deferred to start the ball game. Gonzalez sets on the left slot. Pettit's going to give it to Mills. Going to try the right side. He tried to cut back in and cut right into some orange shirts. Going to lose about a yard. Going to be 2nd down and 11 for the Bulldogs.
That was Neff on the tackle.
He really didn't have much choice. Whoever was out there turned him in, and then as he cut, Neff was right there. 2nd down and 11 for the Bulldogs. They lead at 7-0. Homecoming here at Kiwanis Field. We'll have all of the king and queen action for you during half. Pettit play action. Got an open receiver downfield, in and out of the hands of Lipscomb, and that is where that broken hand and that big cast he's got on just killing. That hit him right in the hands, but
Hit him right in the cast.
if you've ever had a cast on, there's no catching that.
You know what? And he had him covered well.
Oh, he was running right with the guy, and basically Pettit hit Lipscomb in stride.
And I think that would have gone, there would have been a pretty good return there, because the receiver wouldn't have been able to get him tackled.
So it's 3rd down and 11 now for the Bulldogs. 3:04 left in the half. Slicer defense trying to make another stop. Keep us in this one. We're down 7-0 as we approach halftime. Pettit drops back, looking downfield, finds his man close to the first down inside the 15.
Don't think he got it.
He got it to Uran. It's going to be 4th down and about a yard for the Bulldogs.
It's a huge play.
2:46 left here in the first half. Their offense is still milling around the field. Don't know what kind of field goal kicker they've got, but we've seen a couple of pretty good legs with their kickoff man and their punter.
Their extra point kicker, Mumai, he hit it well. I think they're gonna run it down and then take a timeout.
So 4th and 1, play clock is at 6. And the Bulldogs will call their first time out of the half with 2:18 left here in the second quarter. 7-0 Crown Point. Steve and I'll be back after this timeout. You're listening to Slicer Football on 96.7 Eagle.
Whether it's kindness of a friend, the closing of a business deal, or sending condolences, flowers from Toady Floral will make any occasion special. Proudly serving the Port Indiana area for over 90 years, we're a full-service local florist that is family-owned and operated. Our knowledgeable staff is ready to assist you with placing orders for local delivery or anywhere in the world. Not sure what to send? We'll gladly help you with creative suggestions. Give them a call at 362-1502. Toady Floral is open Monday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturday 9 to 1. Or visit them at 1609 Lincoln Way in LaPorte.
Let's get back to Slicer Football on 96.7 Eagle, brought to you by LaPorte Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Well, 2:18 left in the second quarter. 7-0. Crown Point leads LaPorte. The Bulldogs have a 4th and less than a yard at the Slicer 14. They go into their normal set. They've got Mills the back. Working from the gun is Pettit. They got wide receivers, 2 wide receivers to each side. The ball's over on the right hash mark. Slicers, 5 men up on the line of scrimmage. Pettit gets the snap. They go right up the box to Mills.
It's going to be close.
He didn't get much. It's all going to be the spot. The Slicers think they stopped him. We'll see what the referee
And the Slicers say they-
and the
and they-
Slicers did stop him. So the Slicer defense, a huge fourth down stand in the red zone, will move the offense out on the field with 2:14 left here in the first half, trailing 7-0.
Yeah, the Slicers need a drive here, and they need to be able to hold on to the ball. Good job by Biggers. They ran right at him, and he's stuffed it up. Slicers defense has played well. They've had their backs against the wall the entire game. It was a well-designed play. It was a well-designed play for the touchdown, but the Slicers need to break a big one.
1st and 10, LaPorte. They're at their own 14, 2:14 left in the half. They're going to try the right side out across the 15, out near the 19 for the Slicers. Picking up about 4 was Isaac Alexander. It'll be 2nd down and 6. The game clock goes down under 2 minutes. LaPorte has all 3 of their timeouts. They go no huddle. 2nd down and 6. They're going to go to Berquist. Berquist breaks a tackle, heads over to the right side, and gets out of bounds after picking up first down yardage.
Yeah, good run by Berquist.
So the freshman does a nice job. Not only does he pick up the first down, he gets out of bounds, gets the clock stopped with 1:48. 1st and 10, LaPorte. They're going to mark the ball right at the 25-yard line. That's where the tail end of the ball is.
Slicers, if they want to score a touchdown and keep the ball on the ground, they're going to have to break a big one.
1st and 10, Slicers. They're at their own 25. They go up the box and picking up a couple. I believe, was that Kustis or was that Ruiz? I think that was Reese.
Yeah, it was
He's in there at
Ruiz.
fullback, so it's going to be 2nd down. He picks up about 3, 2nd down and 7. Clock at 1:28 is moving. Hard counting is Kirkham. Can't get the Bulldogs to jump. Looks over at Dave Sharp. Play clock's at 20. The game clock's at 1:18. Slicers are, I think obviously they would take a big play and a score, but I think they're going to be happy just to get out of here. Down 7-0. Kirkham is going to keep it. He's out across the 30 to the 35. Gets taken down there.
That's a first down.
Yep, you had to get just past the 35 to get the first down. I think they're going to give it to him. Clock is stopped at 59.7 to move the chains.
See if the Slicers go quicker here since they got a first down in there and they got 4 more downs.
And they do have 3 timeouts. Clock is moving at 55. Kirkham goes back down under center. Going to fake to Alexander. Looking downfield. He's got Berquist down there. Can't get the completion. On coverage for Crown Point, doing a nice job with Sam Krutz.
Yeah, Sam Krutz is a 3-year starter, and he was right there with Berquist. And as a matter of fact, Berquist was double team, kind of sandwiched between 2 Crown Point defenders.
2nd down and 10 now for LaPorte. Clock stopped at 47 seconds left in the half.
Crown Point's got 2 timeouts left. Let's see if the LaPorte, they'll probably put the ball on the ground here and see if they get a stop if Crown Point takes the timeout.
Little counter to Berquist. He gets it out to about the 39. Going to pick up 3. Going to be 3rd down and about 7 for LaPorte. The game clock is moving at 36 to 35. Crown Point doesn't look like they're going to call a timeout. LaPorte is going to go without a huddle. Way down under center. Game clock down to 25. I think you have to snap it one more time at least this half. 3rd down and about 7 for LaPorte. Kirkham looks back over to Dave Sharp. Game clock down to 11. I think LaPorte's just going to run this down, snap it, and get into halftime. Kirkham, little quick hitter up to Reese, who breaks free at the 50, gets taken down at the 42 as time runs out here in the first half with our score. Crown Point 7. The Slicers nothing. Steve and I will be back with halftime after this first halftime timeout. You're listening to Slicer Football on 96.7 The Eagle.
Raymond and Spence Insurance Group, 219-344-5160.
Raymond drops back to pass. It's Bolton up Lincoln Way.
Spence catches the ball. He's off to the savings.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50%.
Come see us at Raymond & Spence Insurance Group so you can score big with insurance savings this fall.
Auto, home, business, and life.
Start saving today.
Raymond & Spence Insurance Group wishing the best of luck to all the fall high school athletes.
Hey, it's Dan and Dave from T-Berry's.
Hey, David, I've got a great idea.
What's that, Danny?
Let's put in a drive-through window just like all the other big burger joints.
Danny, we're in beautiful downtown LaPorte. There's just not enough room for a drive-through.
But David, without a drive-through window, how can we ever keep up with the big boys?
Danny, don't forget, we have a little secret weapon.
What's that, David?
We deliver.
Ooh. Every day?
Yep.
All day?
Yep.
Even in a thunderstorm? Even in a snowstorm?
Even in a snowstorm. All you got to do is call 362-6261. Who needs a drive-through when we'll bring it right to your front door? For the sharpest cars and lowest prices, All-Star Autos, LaPorte County's #1 independent used car dealer. All-Star Autos is located at 1403 East Lincoln Way here in LaPorte. Their friendly and professional staff have been serving the community since 1976 and will help you find an ideal vehicle for your needs and budget. They offer financing for everyone and have a wide selection of quality automobiles. If you're in the market for a new automobile, go with the dealer you know and trust, All-Star Autos. Visit us in person or online at allstarlaporte.com. All-Star Autos, sharpest cars, lowest prices.
So you're listening to Slicer Football when you realize that you don't have dinner, and now you're thinking what sounds good. How about pizza from Albino's Villa? Albino's has something for everyone at any of their 3 locations: 401 J Street, LaPorte, 1612 Franklin Street, Michigan City, or 6492 Johnson Road, Detroit. Whether it's pizza, tacos, or Albino's can take care of your hungry needs while enjoying the game. For a complete list of menu items, please visit Albino's Villa. Albino's Villa is a house on
Back to Slicer Football on 96.7 Eagle, brought to you by Auto Body Specialties.
Well, back at Kiwanis Field, we're at halftime. Crown Point leads LaPorte 7-0 here at the half. Getting ready for homecoming festivities. Looking for some scores around the area right now. I the scoring because there wasn't very much of it.
Yeah, no, there wasn't.
On about the first play of the second quarter, Crown Point got an 8-yard pass from Will Pettit to Ben Urin, and that was an 8-yarder. They were 3rd and goal from the 3. They got a penalty that moved them back to the 8. A really well-designed play. They moved everybody to the right, and then Urin moved from right to left, was open over in the corner of the end zone, made the catch. Jack Muma kicked the extra point. It was 7-0 there, Crown Point, and that's how the half ended. Actually, LaPorte very lucky just to be down 7-0. Crown Point hurt themselves offensively with a lot of penalties. Slicers hurt themselves offensively with 2 real bad turnovers.
Yeah, 2 in their own territory, and the touchdown drive was 24 yards. 24-yard drive in 6 plays, and most of the first half was played in Slicer territory. LaPorte's really fortunate to be only down 7-0 at this point in time. It could have been a lot worse.
You know, and after our fumble back at the 22, we were able to stop them, but we couldn't move it. Didn't get a very good kick. And then when they have kicked, they've had great kicks.
Yeah, they really have had great kicks, and it's, you know, the Slicers have lost the field position game. Give LaPorte's defense credit. They've kept
us in the game.
They've really kept us in the game, and could have had an interception down, but Brock Lipscomb got it casted.
Yeah,
but had good coverage. So, but the Slicers were able to make the stops, which was good.
So 7-0 our score here at halftime. Steve and I will be back. They're starting to announce the King and Queen candidates. We will go over all of that after this timeout. You're listening to Slicer Football on 96.7 Eagle.
Stop in at your local family-owned and operated LaPorte Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. For 45 years, they have been offering a big selection of new and used vehicles and also offer LaPorte County's only lifetime warranty. Good credit, bad credit, or no credit, they can finance everyone. Their full service department offers free inspections, free alignment checks on any make and model, and they also do tires. Try the express lane service and have your oil changed in 30 minutes or less. Check out our website, LaPorteChrysler.net, or call 326-6850.
The LaPorte Slicers know that the key to competing and winning is hard work, preparation, and persistence. At Friedman & Associates, we believe in the same principles. Our law firm has been here since 1984, providing legal counsel on a range of issues, including employment matters, juvenile law, traffic DUI matters, accident injury cases, school law, and family matters. If it's not an area of law we practice in, we can refer you to someone who can assist your need.
Representing Martin Band, Chloe Pierre, and Jeff representing Queen today, Edie Miller, representing President Rouse. Now we will announce the homecoming court for 2018. Second runner-up for team, representing National Honor Society, Alex Lopez. Second runner-up for Queen, representing marching band, Chloe Gutierrez. First runner-up, team representing Spanish Club, President Trump. First runner-up, Queen representing Art Club, Allure Schubert. Now, can everybody stand up? And now for LaPorte High School 2018 homecoming team representing FFA, Amos Carl. Ladies and gentlemen, your homecoming queen for 2018 is representing Interact Club, Riley Hott. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for all our candidates for your Queen on LaPorte.
Start saving today.
Raymond and Spence Insurance Group wishing the best of luck to all the fall high school athletes.
Stop in at your local family-owned and operated LaPorte Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. For 45 years, they have been offering a big selection of new and used vehicles and also offer LaPorte County's only lifetime warranty. Good credit, bad credit, or no credit, they can finance everyone. Their full-service department offers free inspections, free alignment checks on any make and model, and they also do tires. Try the Express Lane service and have your oil changed in 30 minutes or less. Check out our website, LaPorteChrysler.net, or call 326-6850.
Let's get back to Slicer Football on 96.7 Eagle, brought to you by Raymond & Spence Insurance Group.
Well, back at Kiwanis Field, we were at halftime here at Homecoming, 7-0. Crown Point leads LaPorte. Riley Ott named Homecoming Queen, Elmer Varro the Homecoming King, and we're going to go over the whole court right now. Who you have?
Okay, from the Anime Club, nominees for Queen, Holly Schaefer, and for King, Sebastian Sanchez, who is a football player. From American Sign Language, Riley Turf, who is a cross-country runner and track star, and Benjamin Martin, who's a football player. From Art Club, the nominee is Alora Schubel, and she was escorted by Noah Wheaton. From Cheer, Jaden Conrad, with the escort of Skylar Query. And Thomas Kraus.
The Key Club nominated Shelby Riley. She was escorted by Kobe Hayward. The LGBT Club, Parker Bockhorst, was escorted by Kyra Wee. The Leo Club, Emerson Easton and Jaden Damajola were nominated. Marching Band, Chloe Cloutier and Zach Easton. The National Honor Society nominated Jocelyn Coleman and Alex Lopez. The Orchestra, Abigail Roberts and Abe Gray.
Photography Club, Jillian Ross, escorted by William Sinclair. Palms, Jasmine Abshire, and escorted by Savannah Galvez. Spanish Club, Carly Hobbs and Preston Kraus for King. Speech and Debate, Queen candidate Edie Miller and King candidate Caleb Streeting. And Stand Club, Haiti Santogo, and escorted by Monica Hernandez.
And rounding it out, the Student Council nominated Jennifer Kybert and Sebastian Garibay. Now for Spirit Week. The class games were Wednesday evening. The senior class was the winner. Hall decorations, the seniors won. The junior class came in second. The homecoming parade had 11 floats in participation. At third place came the High Times. Second place was the Spanish Club. First place, FFA. And I have a conflict of interest in the door decorating contest. Who possibly won that?
The door decorating contest, drum roll please. Third place, Mrs. Henderson. Second place, Mrs. Bockhorst. And the first place winner is Mrs. Jackson, VLA.
I know her.
Yes, you do know her. She's a former Riley Rocket.
Oh, she born to Riley Rocket. She used to live down the hall from me.
Yes, she did.
But anyway, congratulations to everybody who was nominated. Congratulations to everybody who took part in all of this. You know what? This homecoming week is one of the fun things in high school. I think it's been that way for 100 years.
Yeah, and I remember Coach Schellinger said you have all these different things, and the football team's job is to win the game on Friday night.
You know, it's always a little bit of a tough week for the coach. You want it's part of the high school experience. You want your players to enjoy the week, but not too much, because homecoming's a lot more fun if you win the football game.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the pure topper.
So the homecoming festivities are over. Back to the task at hand. The Slicers trail Crown Point 7-0 here at half. The Bulldogs will get the ball to start the second half, as they won the toss before the game and deferred to this second half. Steve and I will be back. We'll take a look around at some scores around the area. We'll talk a little bit about where the Duneland Conference is. The Duneland is sort of shaken out and turned into two separate entities this year.
Yes.
The 3 Monsters and the 5 others. But we'll talk about all of that after this timeout. You're listening to Slicer Football on 96.7 The Eagle.
Hey, it's Dan and Dave from T-Berry's.
Hey, David, I've got a great idea.
What's that, Danny?
Let's put in a drive-through window just like all the other big burger joints.
Danny, we're in beautiful downtown LaPorte. There's just not enough room for a drive-through.
But David, without a drive-through window, how can we ever keep up with the big boys?
Danny, don't forget, we have a little secret weapon.
What's that, David?
We deliver.
Ooh. Every day?
Yep.
All day?
Yep.
Even in a thunderstorm? Even in a snowstorm?
Even in a snowstorm. All you got to do is call 362-6261. Who needs a drive-through when we'll bring it right to your front door? Back to Slicer Football on 96.7 Eagle, brought to you by Tony Floral and Gift.
We're back at Kiwanis Field. We're at halftime, 7-0. Crown Point leads the Slicers. And what have you got from around the area for us, Steve?
What I've got from around the area, Andrean leads Kankakee Valley in the second quarter, 21-0. Whiting leads Calumet 7-6 in the second quarter. Chesterton leads Lake Central 9-0 in the second quarter. There's a lot of games with no score. In the second quarter, it's Highland 7, Hobart 7. In the second quarter, it's Boone Grove 28 and Indianapolis Lighthouse East 0. In the second quarter, River Forest 12, Lake Station 6. That's a backyard brawl. In the first quarter, Michigan City 28 and Portage 0. That does not bode well for the Slicers next week. In the second quarter, it's Lowell 7, Munster 0. In the second quarter, it's Valpo 6, Valpo 7, Maryville 6, and Wheeler leads Hanover Central in the second quarter 6-0.
So those are the scores we have. Steve and I will be back after this timeout. You're listening to Slicer Football on 96.7 Eagle.
The LaPorte Slicers know that the key to competing and winning is hard work, preparation, and persistence. At Friedman & Associates, we believe in the same principles. Our law firm has been here since 1984, providing legal counsel on a range of issues, including employment matters, juvenile law, traffic DUI matters, accident injury cases, school law, and family matters. If it's not an area of law we practice in, we can refer you to someone who can assist your needs. Friedman & Associates, prepared, persistent, and hardworking, just like our LaPorte Slicers.
Now back to Slicer Football on 96.7 Eagle, brought to you by Stable Alarm Systems.
We're back at Kiwanis Field after that short timeout. Slicers trail Crown Point 7-0. And Duneland Conference-wise, how are we set and coming in? We talk about in the second and third week of the conference, things have to shake out. The way they've shaken out is you got 3 monsters in Michigan City, Valpo, and Maryville. And then it's sort of the other 5 trying to figure out who's the best of the rest.
Right. Valparaiso's 4-0 in the conference, 4-2 overall. Maryville's 3-1 in the conference, 4-2 overall. Michigan City's 3-1 in the conference, 4-2 overall. One of their losses is to Homewood Flossmoor. Homewood Flossmoor is the #1 team in the state in Illinois. That's a scary thought. And also at 3-1 in the conference and 4-2 overall is Portage. They're a wannabe big guy. LaPorte's the only 500 team in the conference at 2-2, and they're 2-4 overall. Crown Point is 1-3 in the conference, 2-4 in overall. Lake Central is 0-4 in the conference, 2-4 overall. And Chesterton's 0-4 in the conference and 1-5 overall. Chesterton and Lake Central play each other tonight, and Chesterton is winning 9-0 at that point in time. Portage trying to get in to be involved in the conference races, trailing Michigan City 28-0. And if Valparaiso beats Maryville, they're in they're in
really good
cruise
shape.
control for the conference title.
Because they have already pinned a loss on Michigan City. What the Wolves are hoping for, probably the rest of the conference, Maryville can get a win. You'll have 3 one-loss teams there and scramble things up a little bit.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that would probably end up in a three-way tie for first place. So because Michigan City's got next week, Chesterton is at Crown Point, Lake Central is at Maryville, LaPorte's at Michigan City, and Portage is at Valparaiso.
So 7-0 our score here at the half. Crown Point leads LaPorte. Steve and I will be back after this final halftime timeout. You're listening to Slicer Football on 96.7 The Eagle.
Stop in at your local family-owned and operated LaPorte Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. For 45 years, they have been offering a big selection of new and used vehicles and also offer LaPorte County's only lifetime warranty. Good credit, bad credit, or no credit, they can finance everyone. Their full-service department offers free inspections, free alignment checks on any make and model, and they also do tires. Try the Express Lane service and have your oil changed in 30 minutes or less. Check out our website, LaPorteChrysler.net, or call 326-6850.
Hey everyone, this is David. Listen, here at T-Berry's, we know it can be pricey to take your family out for a delicious dinner. It's a hard decision. Do we get the best burgers in town or the cheapest? Well, T-Berry's has made it a little easier to choose. Every Tuesday, all day, all night, our new special will be buy 1 cheeseburger, get a second one for just $1. No limit. Buy 10, get 10 for $10. Buy 50, get 50 for $50. Now, finally, you can feed the whole family or the whole office without breaking the bank. Only at T-Berry's. Have a smashing day.
Let's get back to Slicer Football on 96.7 Eagle, brought to you by Friedman & Associates.
Review.
We're back at Kiwanis Field. Chip Jones along with Steve Mannering. 7-0 Crown Point leads. They popped 3 more minutes on so the teams can get loose here for a couple, and had a busy week in Slicer land. What kind of stuff went on last week?
The boys tennis team on Tuesday defeated Bremen 3-2. Girls volleyball defeated Michigan City 3-0. The girls volleyball team is undefeated in the conference, and the girls soccer team was defeated by Chesterton 4-0. Their next game will be in the Penn. It was a sectional on October the 4th. They will play the Penn Adams winner. And the boys in the sectional, New Prairie upset the Slicers 3-2, and New Prairie won the sectional title by beating Michigan City the next night. Boys soccer also was defeated by Chesterton 4-0, and they will play Monday night against Penn. On Thursday night, the Slicers volleyball team defeated Maryville 3-0, and the boys freshman team got their first win 28-6. We have tonight's game also. The girls golf final is today and tomorrow. And tomorrow we've got the DAC Invitational for both the boys and girls cross country, and the JV football team will travel to Crown Point to play Crown Point.
7-0 our score at halftime. Winding down about the last minute. LaPorte will kick it off to the Bulldogs. It was a half that really had no flow at all. The Slicers turned it over a couple times and really hurt themselves, and Crown Point be looking at about a 21-0 lead, but they have just shot themselves in the foot with penalties, holds, and jumps, and illegal blocks. But they pretty much dominated that first half. Slicers very lucky to be down just a touchdown.
Yeah, they are, and Crown Point had a punt return called back for a touchdown on an illegal block. So, and Crown Point will get the ball in the second half, and we don't have a time of possession, but the time of possession was dominated by Crown Point in the first half.
So Jesse Moore will kick it off for the Slicers, dropping back deep for the Bulldogs. Our Matthew Walters, and who's he joined out there with? You always have to look down. They've got double numbers. You have to make sure you get the right guy.
Exactly.
So Moore will kick it off for LaPorte. Looks like back deep is Raylan Cozy over on the far side, with Walters here on the near side.
See what Jesse Moore dials up in his kickoff. He's done a really nice job kicking off for LaPorte. He kind of mixes them up. He'll kick it deep. He'll kind of pooch it, and we'll see what we're going to do right now.
Real short run up for Moore. And he's going to go ahead and let her rip. Walter's going to take it at about the 12, to the 15, to the 20, out to the 25, shoots across the middle, shoots across the 30, still on his feet at the 40, and finally taken down from behind by Justin Forker in Crown Point as they had most of the first half. Going to have really good field position to start things off. They're going to be out at about their own 44-yard line, first and 10.
It was pretty close to being a touchdown-saving tackle by Forker.
So Will Pettit leads out the Bulldog offense, just underway second half. They lead LaPorte 7-0. They split a couple wide receivers over to the right side. One man to the left side. Working from the gun as he has all night is Pettit. His back is Scott Mills back behind him. Ball over on the left hash mark. Crown Point heading south down toward 10th Street here to start the second half. Gonzalez moves into motion from left to right, or right to left, and then comes right back to his slot spot. Going to hand it to Mills. He picks his way across the 45, breaks a tackle. He's got two men to beat and is finally going to get wrestled down at about the 16-yard line. A really nice run by Scott Mills. Parker Hill and Brock Lipscomb finally took him down, but he made a couple of moves. Slicers missed a couple of tackles, and the Bulldogs are in business, 1st and 10 at the Slicers 17.
Exactly. So it's Slicers had about 5 guys that could have tackled the guy, and they weren't able to do it.
Man in motion from left to right. Pettit gets the snap. Will go back to Mills. He'll try the right side. Spins away from a tackle in the backfield. Spins forward up to about the 15. Going to pick up a couple. Going to be 2nd down and 8. We've got I don't know if it's an injured Bulldog or a shoe being tied. I think it's a shoe being tied, as that was Mills. So they mark the ball at about the 14-yard line. Going to be 2nd down and 7 for the Bulldogs. They split 3 men to the left side. Anthony Gonzalez into motion once again. Pettit gets the snap, fakes it to Mills, rolls to his left, and launches it over to the sideline people. I think that was covered up. He was looking out there for number 88. I think that was David O'Toole, and he airmailed him. And he 2nd and 8.
And he was looking Kalik Biggers right in the eye.
Yes.
And he forced him left. He was throwing left. He's a right-handed thrower, and it was overthrown.
Gavin Solvinsky checks into the Slicer defense. 3rd down and 8 for the Bulldogs.
See the Slicers dial up a blitz here.
Pettit will take the snap at about the 20, looking left, throws it into the flat to Gonzalez. He gets hit at the 10, squirts forward. They needed the 8 for a 1st down. They're going to mark him inside the 10, looks like at about the 9. Going to be 4th down and about a yard for the Bulldogs. This is deja vu all over again. The Slicers held them.
They're going to kick a field goal. They're going to attempt a field goal.
Bulldogs bring out their field goal unit. Looks like it's going to be Muma over on the left hash mark. It's going to be a 26-yarder. Clock goes inside, 10 minutes left here in the 3rd. The Bulldogs going to try to make this a 2-score ball game. Snap is down. The kick is up. It is long enough, and the kick is good. And with 9:51 left in the 3rd quarter, Crown Point leads LaPorte 10-0. Stephen, I'll be back after this 30-second break. You're listening to Slicer Football on 96.7 The Eagle.
So you're listening to Slicer Football when you realize that you don't have dinner, and now you're thinking what sounds good. How about pizza from Albino's Villa? Albino's has something for everyone at any of their 3 locations: 401 J Street, LaPorte, 1612 Franklin Street, Michigan City, or 6492 Johnson Road, LaPorte. Whether it's pizza, Italian beef, spaghetti, tacos, or even salads, Albino's can take care of your hunger needs while enjoying the game. For a complete list of menu items, please visit albinosvilla.com. Albino's Villa is a proud sponsor of Slicer Football. Go Slicers!
Back to Slicer Football on 96.7 Eagle, brought to you by Auto Body Specialties.
We'll Jack Muma to kick it off for the Bulldogs. Parker Hill back deep in the middle for LaPorte. Isaac Alexander here to the near side. Zach Purnell to the far side. They have been kicking it to Purnell. They've done that on all of their kickoffs tonight. Jack Muma will do the kicking. The ball right in the middle of the field. They're going to kick it over toward Purnell again. Zach's going to take it at the 12, across the 15, across the 20. Tries to get to the Y side, stops, cuts back, across the 25, chopped down at about the 26, and that's where LaPorte will take over. First down and 10 at their own 26. 9:41 left in the third quarter. 10-0 Bulldogs. Slicers have shown some flashes of moving the ball, but they've turned it over or been stalled by a penalty. They really need to get some rhythm and get this thing rolling.
Yeah, they do. They still don't have to abandon what they do. I mean, there's still plenty of time left. They just need to do it better.
Kirkham down under center. They're going to go up the box with Kuzdas, and he's going to get about a yard and a half. Going to be second down, long 8, short 9 for LaPorte. That's not the down and distance we like.
No, it's not.
Slicers come out quickly, ball on a near side hash mark. They're heading north. They're going to try right side and kind of slipping down at the line of scrimmage across the 30. Goes, I think that was Gray. It's going to be third down now and about 7 very quickly for the Slicers.
Yeah, and I think Coach Sarp may think we're in 4-down territory here.
Going to drop back. Kirkham looking downfield. Got a man open. It's caught there by Berquist at the 50. He's at the 40. Breaks the tackle but gets knocked out of bounds. At about the 32 of the Bulldogs, the Slicers are in business. First down in Crown Point territory.
I think that was the best throw Kirkham's made all year. Hit him right in stride. Big play by the Slicers.
So LaPorte quickly out to the line of scrimmage. Got themselves some field position. That's been a rare occurrence tonight. They're down 10-0, but they're in Crown Point territory. Kirkham's going to fake it, going to keep it himself. Gets it down to the 30-yard line. Going to pick up a couple, maybe 3. Going to call it 2nd and 8. Made the fake, tried to slide off to the right side. He got decent yardage on a couple of keepers early. I think Crown Point adjusted to that a little bit. Second down and 8 for the Slicers.
See if Gray gets the ball here.
They're going to go Alexander right side. Isaac moves the pile up just shy of the 25.
That's 5 tough yards by Isaac. He had somebody on his back.
Going to be third down and about 3, maybe 4. The tip of the ball just shy of the 25. Slicers got to get it down near the 22. They come quickly, back left side. Berquist got the first down to about the 21. It'll be first down LaPorte. Slicers trying to punch it into the red zone.
Crown Point's trying to tackle the football now too.
First and 10 Slicers. Ball at the 21 of Crown Point. Run little counter, left side again. Coming around the outside, heading in for the end zone. It's perfect. He did a great fake. Kirkland comes around, gets the Slicers on the board at the 7:47 mark. And it is 10-6 as the Slicers are on board. And it looks like they're going to send Robles out for the extra point.
Yeah, you want to make it within a field goal.
So a 21-yard run at the 7:47 mark.
That was a quick drive. 2 big plays. 21-yard touchdown run and a big pass play.
Kirkham will hold. Robles will attempt the extra point. Lewis is back in. He's the snapper. Bulldogs jump, and we'll go for 2.
We'll go for 2.
The one over on man on the far side, the Slicer offense will head out. Boy, we are good at getting teams to jump on these extra points. This is a huge 2-point conversion here for the Slicers.
Yeah, it is.
It's 10-6, so the offense comes back in. We have been really good at these 2-point conversions when we've gotten the other team to jump.
You only need about a yard and a half.
So Kirkham talking to Dave Sharp. The offense is huddled up. There's 7:47 left in the third quarter. At the moment, it's 10-6 Crown Point. Slicers are going to go for a pair. Bulldogs defense back on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys on the line of scrimmage. Couple of stand-up outside linebackers there. LaPorte gets down under center with 22 seconds on the play clock. They'll go right side, and in for the two-point conversion goes Berquist from a 7:47 left. The Slicers have cut the Bulldog lead to 10-8. Stephen, I'll be back with the Slicer kickoff after this 30-second break. You're listening to Slicer Football on 96.7 Eagle.
Hey, it's Dan and Dave from T-Berry's.
Hey, David, I've got a great idea.
What's that, Danny?
Let's put in a drive-thru window just like all the other big burger joints.
Danny, we're beautiful downtown LaPorte. There's just not enough room for a drive-thru.
But David, without a drive-thru window, how can we ever keep up with the big boys?
Danny, don't forget, we have a little secret weapon.
What's that, David?
We deliver.
Ooh. Every day?
Yep.
All day?
Yep.
Even in a thunderstorm? Even in a snowstorm?
Even in a snowstorm. All you gotta do is call 362-6261. Who needs a drive-thru, and we'll bring it right to your front door.
The Gold Clipper Pet Salon and Resort, located at 112 J Street in LaPorte, is considered one of the best grooming salons in LaPorte. The Gold Clipper, open since 1985, offers a variety of services to ensure your pet has a pleasant experience in a stress-free environment. The Gold Clipper also offers daycare and boarding for your precious best friend. Stop in and check out their selection of solid gold dog and cat food, as well as an assortment of treats. For more info, call them at 219-324-5000 or go to their website, www.goldclipper.com. Now back to Slicer Football on 96.7 Eagle, brought to you by T-Berry's Diner.
Cozy and Walter back deep for the Bulldogs. Little pooch kick by Jesse Moore. Grabbed by the Bulldogs, Donovan Huffine. And, boy, he grabbed it. A lot of times they'll fair catch. He ran it, got it out near midfield. So the Bulldogs, after getting a good run back on a standard kickoff last time, the pooch doesn't work either. We might as well onside kick. They're getting it to midfield.
Yeah, well, that's the next
step.
It's going to be at the Crown Point 49.
So the Bulldogs 1st and 10 out near midfield. They lead LaPorte 10-8. Slicer defense got the Bulldogs to settle for a field goal after a long drive last possession. Gonzalez into motion from the right side over to the left side for the Bulldogs. They're going to fake to Mills, looking downfield, throwing it across the middle, through the fingertips of Gonzalez. They tried to drop it over Purnell and in front of Marcus Gray for LaPorte, just were not able to make the catch. Gonzalez, the intended receiver, he's one of their small receivers. Yeah. He's only 5'6".
Slicers had pretty decent pressure on Pettit.
2nd down and 10 for Crown Point. Their two big receivers come over to the near side, Casey and O'Toole. In the slot on this right side is Gonzalez. He's going to move over to the left and then scurry back to the right, back to his original spot. Pettit with the snap, fakes to Mills. Throws it in the flat. The ball is caught. Quickly upfield, knocked out of bounds at about the 41, real close to a first down.
Yeah, I think he's going to get. I think he's got the first down.
They're going to get in the mark, and it's going to be first down for the Bulldogs.
That was a wide receiver screen. The wide receiver got the ball. They had blockers with the other receivers. Pretty well designed play. Got about 11.
That was Casey that made the catch. 1st and 10, Crown Point. Ball just shy of the Slicer 40. 10-8 our score. Crown Point leads LaPorte. 7:27 left third quarter. No scoring in the first. The Bulldogs led 7-0 at the half. Took the opening drive, settled for a field goal 10-0. LaPorte came back. 2-point conversion, and we're at 10-8. Mills has got it left side. Gets it across the 40 down to about the 38. Another good defensive play by the Slicers. Marcus Gray was in there, among others, for LaPorte.
Yeah, and Perez was over there too.
2nd down, long 7, short 8 for the Bulldogs. We approach the 7-minute mark of the third quarter. They're going to put wide to the right side comes O'Toole. Casey goes wide left. In the slot is Gonzalez. He moves into motion. He's going to go all the way across to that left side. They're going to give it to Mills again. He's upfield across the 35, and a penalty flag flies.
It's going to be a hold.
I believe that was big number 75 for Crown Point tackling Jordan Steinheiser.
Yes.
And that's going to move it back. The flag is at the 37. That's going to move it back to the 47. It'll be 2nd down again, but it'll be 2nd and about 16 if My math is correct.
Your math is correct. Schnabel Alarm Systems has been protecting lives and property in LaPorte County since 1973. Call Schnabel Alarm Systems at 219-362-8969 to schedule a price quote for a professionally installed security alarm system.
So a penalty puts the Bulldogs behind the chains once again. Boy, they have fought the penalty bug all night. Gonzalez, what's that?
Slicers need to take advantage of the penalty and get a stop here.
Gonzalez moves into motion from left to right. Pettit gets the snap, dropping way back, trying to set up a screen. Mills can't make the catch. There are a lot of orange shirts there. Had he made the catch, don't think he would have gotten much. And we move to 3rd down and 18 for the Bulldogs. They're back at their own 47-yard line.
Yeah, Gavin Zalbinski's in the defensive line for James Friel.
Actually, there's the LaPorte 47-yard line. So the Bulldogs see what they'll do here. They have really punted the ball well. If we can get a stop here, sure would like to see their punter just boot one into the end zone.
Yeah, exactly. But he's done a nice job of when he can boot it as far as he can, he does. But this is a big 3rd down play. Slicers need to get off the field.
3rd and 18 for the Bulldogs. Pettit rolling right. He's got pressure. Fires at the ball. Is caught at the 37. Not going to be enough for a 1st down. Good coverage by LaPorte. Pass was caught by number 16, Ben Uran.
Good tackle. And let's see. It looks like they're going to punt it.
Lipscomb was over, and they're going to bring their punt unit out. It's 4th down and about 5. They're at the LaPorte 36.
LaPorte needs to not jump offside.
Flavin, the punter, will take the snap at the 50. Kicks it down the field. It's going to land. Going to be touched by the Bulldogs. They're bouncing around. They were in the end zone. I think it's coming out to the 20.
It's coming out to the 20.
Boy, they tried. The Bulldogs tried to keep it alive. They was bobbling around in. No. He's going to mark it down at the 2. I guess that's where they touched it. So another great punt for Crown Point in between the 2 and the 3 for LaPorte.
Unbelievable.
Is it just where you touch it?
No, I think they're still talking out there.
One guy touched it, and then it popped into the end zone. Another guy tried to knock it back out.
But that guy was in the end zone when he touched it. So they're still talking about it. I thought it had to be controlled.
It certainly wasn't controlled.
No.
At the 2.
No, they're going to call it at the 2-yard line.
They're going to leave it at the 2. It's going to be 1st and 10 for LaPorte from there. Dave Sharp giving a snake eye to the near side.
No, they're going
to move it to the 20.
No, exactly.
You didn't have it under control, so I really didn't think that was right. It was close.
Yeah.
It just took a little bit of a funky hop, and they couldn't control it.
Another good punt, though. He did about all he could.
Oh, you drop it inside the 5, and you got you guys in your team playing volleyball, trying to keep it in there. It's a good punt.
Right.
So here come the Slicers. They trailed 10-8, 5:31 left here in the 3rd quarter. They were able to march it down and score. Had a big pass play, which is a rarity for the Slicers. See if they can control it and get themselves the lead.
Now see if they were able to get a big pass play and a big run out of the last drive. Let's see if we can do it again.
Kirkham down under center. Slicers going to try the left side out across the 25 to the 26. Goes Colin Bergquist. He's going to pick up 6. It's going to be 2nd down and 4 for the Slicers.
Gray's in the game, and
Alexander checks out. Kustis at fullback. Gray and Bergquist are the 2 halfbacks.
Everybody's checking a wristband to see what the play is.
2nd down and 4 for LaPorte. They go to they're going to go Bergquist to right side. He's around the inside of the 40, out to the 50, down to the 40. He's going to go. Bergquist is going to go all the way. He's going to score on a 74-yard sweep. Runs about 21 yards. Just about the concession stand.
I didn't think he was that fast.
I didn't either. I actually didn't think he had the ball right away, but he got around the corner. Bergquist goes 74 yards. The Slicers have a 14-10 lead here over the Bulldogs with 4:49 left here in the 3rd.
Slicers are going for 2 again.
Well, you're 4 up. 5 up isn't any different than 4. The 2-pointer gives you 6. Gives you a touchdown.
That's right.
So with 4:49, Berquist, 74 yards. Slicers lead at 14-10. Going to see if they can run the lead to 16-10. So the Slicers are still huddled up. The play clock's down to about 8. Finally get out of the huddle. Play clock's at 5. I sure hope we realize that. Kirkham down under center, gets the snap. Going to keep it himself, and you're going to get nothing and like it. Yes. So the 2-point conversion doesn't go with 4:49 left. Berquist, 74-yard run, makes it 14-10 LaPorte. Stephen I'll be back with the Slicer kickoff after this timeout. You're listening to Slicer Football on 96.7 The Eagle.
Whether it's kindness of a friend, the closing of a business deal, or sending condolences, Flowers from Toady Floral will make any occasion special. Proudly serving the LaPorte, Indiana area for over 90 years. We're a full-service local florist that's family-owned and operated. Our knowledgeable staff is ready to assist you with placing orders for local delivery or anywhere in the world. Not sure what to send? We'll gladly help you with creative suggestions. Give them a call at 362-1502. Toady Floral is open Monday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturday 9 to 1. Or visit them at 1609 Lincoln Way in LaPorte.
Let's get back to Slicer Football on 96.7 Eagle, brought to you by Albano's Villa.
Well, back at Kiwanis Field, the Slicers fail on their 2-point conversion. They lead 14-10 now with 4:49 left in the third. But we have an injured Slicer. It's an offensive lineman. I think it's Alex Lewis, the center, who missed last week. He got dinged up over at Lake Central. And they're working on that right leg.
And I think that's the same leg that he had injured.
Got a couple of big guy backup linemen waiting to help him off the field. That's Zach Gillard out there. And also helping him up is Matt. I think that's Matt Neff out there to help. That's 54. It's Neff. But Lewis is up on his feet. And he is going to walk off himself, but if somebody the size of Alex Lewis can do anything gingerly, he's doing this gingerly.
You know what? He's walking off better tonight than he did walk off when he was at Lake Central.
He got hurt at Lake Central. I thought he was done for the year.
Yeah, I did too.
So 4:49 left. The Slicers get their first lead of this homecoming night. Crown Point led 7-0 at half. Got the ball to start the second half. Kicked a field goal to go up 10-0. Slicers came back at 7:47. Caleb Kirkham ran it 21 yards around left end for the score. When the Bulldogs jumped on the extra point attempt, the Slicers went for a deuce and got it to make it 10-8. Colin Berquist then at 4:49, a 74-yard run. Slicers went for 2 to try to make it a 6-point game, and the Bulldogs blew that play up as Kirkham was dropped for a pretty big loss, and we're at 14-10.
That 2-point conversion run was kind of disjointed. They kind of rushed to get it off. And Colin Berquist, ladies and gentlemen, is only a freshman.
That's right. Be interesting to see what Moore does here. We've kicked it deep. They ran it to the 45. We pooched it. They got it up to midfield.
You might as well kick it deep and see what you can do out of here.
So Jesse Moore, he of the short run-up. He only runs up about 6 yards. Actually looks like one of the regular defenders standing there along the 35-yard line. He's going to approach. He's going to line drive this one. Going to bounce around. Going to be picked up at the 15, out across the 20, tripped up at the 30, and falling forward out to almost the 39-yard line for Crown Point goes number 6, Raylon Cozy. And the Bulldogs, again, pretty good field position. 1st and 10 at their own 39. 4:40 left in the third quarter. But for the first time tonight, the Slicers playing with the lead.
Coach Steve Strayer, the basketball coach or the baseball coach at Crown Point, may want to go out and get Cozy. He didn't. That was a nice pickup. Looks like he's a middle infielder.
So the Bulldogs back on offense. Trips to the left side. Ball right dead center of the field. 4:40 left in the third. Gonzalez moves in motion from left to right. Then he scoots back to the left slot. Pettit going to go to Mills. Mills bounces up the middle. Gets wrapped up. Falls forward at about the 44.
This is a big defensive stop. The Slicers have scored on 2 consecutive possessions. They get a stop, and then they get the ball, and their offense seems to be moving pretty well this second half.
2nd down and 5 for the Bulldogs. They're at their own 44-yard line. Got to get it out to the 49. Mills off to the left side of Pettit. Gonzalez over in the right slot. They're going to go right back to Mills. He's going to go right back up the box. Boy, he looked like he had some running room. He got stuffed at the 45. Kalik Biggers was head of the welcoming committee, but I think the whole committee was there.
Yeah, and Purnell was there too.
3rd down and 4. The ball just passed the 45. They have to get it to the 49. Clock at 3:40 left in the 3rd quarter. LaPorte with 14 points here in the 3rd. They lead it 14-10.
And 3 big plays.
Slicer shifting some people around. Parker Hill goes over to cover up Gonzalez on the left side.
See if they send blitz here.
Gonzalez moves into motion. They're going to go Mills left side. I think he got just enough for the 1st down before he was hit and knocked back.
Yeah, and they gave it to him.
And they should have. He got it out across the 49, just enough for the 1st down. He got thrown back a couple of yards. But it's 1st down Bulldogs, just shy of midfield.
Pretty good play call by Coach Enright. I fully expected a pass there, and they crossed LaPorte up with a run.
So 1st and 10, Crown Point. Ball just past their 49-yard line. They could get a 1st down just inside the LaPorte 41. Clock inside, 3 minutes left in the 3rd. 14-10, LaPorte leads this one. Gonzalez, the motion man. Fakes left, comebacks right. They go right back to Mills. He bursts through the left side of the line, breaks the tackle at the 25, and he's going to take it all the way in. Going to slide it in from 51 yards out. A couple of orange shirts had a piece of him, but he was able to scoot away, and that lead for the Slicers, very short-lived, as Scott Mills takes it 51 yards in for the score. This is like a whole different game after that 1st half.
Yeah, there's a flow now.
And out to attempt the extra point will be Muma. So Jack Muma trying to make it a 17-14 game. His kick is up. His kick is good. And with 2:38 left in the 3rd, Crown Point takes the lead back at 17-14. Steve and I will be back after this timeout. You're listening to Slicer Football on 96.7 The Eagle.
Stop in at your local family-owned and operated LaPorte Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. For 45 years, they have been offering a big selection of new and used vehicles and also offer LaPorte County's only lifetime warranty. Good credit, bad credit, or no credit, they can finance everyone. Their full-service department.
Hill and Alexander. They hit it back over toward Purnell. He's going to catch it at the 10. Comes across the 15. He's at the 20. Gets hit at the 21 or 22. And good coverage again for Crown Point. They really have been in control of the kicking game.
Yeah, all night long, and they kind of forced the ball going there. Wonder if the Slicers flip-flop return man on that side to see what would happen.
Hunter Salawanchek comes out at center as Alex Lewis got dinged up on the last offensive play. Slicer offense has scored the last 2 possessions, and they've hit some big plays. 21-yard touchdown run, and then a 74-yard touchdown run by Bergquist. They're going to try to get wide again with Bergquist. A flag flies at about the 22. Collin gets it out across the 30 to the 31. But that's in holding land out there about the 19, and I'm afraid the Slicer's going to be back behind the chains again. There's another flag over on the far side. Is it wrong to root for offsetting penalties?
No, it's not. not right now.
I don't think they're going to offset. We've got holding on the Slicers. I think two people saw that hold. So it was called and confirmed.
And that hold was well behind play.
So with 2:20 left here in the third, the penalty moves LaPorte back to the 14, and they're looking at a first down and 20. So the Slicers could use a couple of pretty big chunks here on first and second down. Going to run a little counter, right side, out across the 20, out to about the 23. Goes Berquist.
Almost got all the penalty yards back.
It's going to be second down at about 11. He picked up 9. We go inside 2 minutes left in the third. Slicers shuffle their backs around a little bit. Kirkham hard counting. Just about got one of the Bulldogs to jump. Pops up out from under Salawanchek, the center. Checks his play call on his wrist. Going to run another counter, going to try this side. Not much there. Actually a loss of about a yard back to about the 22, where it's now going to be third down and about 13 for LaPorte.
That was Gray on the carry that time. Pretty well defended. Let's see what the Slicers do here.
Gray and Berquist are kind of dancing around Kuzdas to decide who's going to be on which side. Game clock down to 1:16 left here in the third. 17-14, Crown Point leads LaPorte. Slicers looking at a 3rd and 13 from their own 21. Crown Point comes with a blitz. Kirkham gets racked up, taken down with a sack. He just had no time blitzing from the linebacker position. We're the Bulldogs, and it's going to be 4th and a ton for LaPorte. The Slicers going to have to punt this away. And with Zach Purnell, and the Bulldogs going to get pretty good field position once again as we're down inside a minute left in the third quarter.
They have all night.
Purnell gets the snap at about the 5 high. Short kick again off to the left. Going to take a Slicer roll, but it's still going to be in Slicer territory, out of bounds at about the 37. And that's where Crown Point will take over 1st and 10.
Got a break on the. You got a break on the. I think they're going to put it. They're going to put it at the 37.
1st and 10 Bulldogs. 34.6 seconds left here in the third quarter. They lead LaPorte 17-14. Once again, bad field position has that Slicer defense with their backs to the wall.
Yeah, and they went strictly run plays on their drive the last time. It was a three play 61-yard drive, and all 61 yards was gotten by Scott Mills.
Mills off to the right side of the quarterback pennant. Gonzalez in motion from the right side to the left side. The left side's the wide side of the field. They're going to go Mills. He's going to try the left side. He cuts back in, fights his way inside the 35. They'll mark him to about the 32 before he's taken back. He is elusive. One of the Slicers got through, just couldn't reach back and get him. Picks up about 6, going to be second down and 4.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to get more than that, though, at one point in time.
Bulldogs do not have to snap it here before the end of the third quarter. I believe they will not. We've got 3 in the books with our score. Crown Point 17, Slicers 14. Steve and I'll be back with the fourth quarter after this timeout. You're listening to Slicer Football on 96.7 Eagle.
So you're listening to Slicer Football when you realize that you don't have dinner, and now you're thinking what sounds good. How about pizza from Albino's Villa? Albino's has something for everyone at any of their 3 locations: 401 J Street, LaPorte, 1612 Franklin Street, Michigan City, or 6492 Johnson Road, LaPorte. Whether it's pizza, Italian beef, spaghetti, tacos, or even salads, Albino's can take care of your hunger needs while enjoying the game. For a complete list of menu items, please visit albinosvilla.com. Albino's Villa is a proud sponsor of Slicer Football. Go Slicers!
Now back to Slicer Football at 96.7 Eagle, brought to you by Stable Alarm Systems.
Well, 12 minutes left in this one. Crown Point leads LaPorte 17-14. Difference is a Crown Point field goal early here in the third quarter. Bulldogs have a second down and 5. They're at the LaPorte 32-yard line. Bulldogs move David O'Toole wide to the right side. Gonzalez and Casey here to the near side. That's the short side of the field. Gonzalez then moves from left to right. He splits way out wide. Get the snap. They try Mills. He tries to get to the right side, gets the corner turn, gets chopped down. I think he's just shy of the first down. He is going to be third down and about a yard. Very patient run that time by Mills.
And they spread. They really do a nice job, Crown Point does, of spreading everything horizontally. And it was spread out so far that Mills cut it up on the right-hand side. So let's see if the Slicers can get some inside penetration here.
So third and a yard now for Crown Point, just underway fourth quarter. They're in Slicer territory at the LaPorte 27. They give it back to Mills. He doesn't get much, but he got enough down to the 25-yard line, where that'll be a first down for the Bulldogs. Approaching the red zone. And I'm due to turn one over here for us, aren't they?
They had 6 turnovers last week and a couple more the week before, plus a block kick. And we have not seen any of that tonight.
We've been a tick away from a couple of picks. Brock Lipscomb had the best chance. Actually, they hit him right in the hands. Problem is one of his hands is in a cast.
Yeah, you know, they've been pretty successful on the ground. I don't think Slicers need to get a negative play, force him to throw it, put it in the air.
Trips to the left side, the wide side of the field. They go right back to Mills. Mills, another nice pickup on a first down, but another flag comes down, another hold for the Bulldogs. So Mills, who got first down yardage down to the 15, is going to lose that. The penalty flag's at the 25. That'll move it back to the 35-yard line, and the Bulldogs will be looking at a first down and 20.
And I don't know whether it's holding or it's not holding, but we've had either games where there's been a whole lot of holding penalties or games that there have been none.
You know, we've had LaPorte tonight, 1 or 2. They've had a ton.
Yeah, they have.
So 10:54 left in the third. Crown Point gets nailed for a hold. A 10-yard run gets erased, and it moves them back to the 35-yard line of the Slicers. Bulldogs get the play from the sidelines. Play clock's down to 15. They get themselves set at about 12. Trips to the left side for Crown Point. One of the Slicers DBs, that's Alexander, comes up to press. They're going to try Mills to the right. He squirts it down inside the 30. A nice pickup. He got about 7 or 8. It's going to be second down and about 12, maybe 13 for the Bulldogs.
And they're running everything wide. And then they might cut it back, but they don't necessarily cut it back.
There's another penalty.
Sideline
Warning. Okay. So he's telling you the sideline warning. Look at those guys. They're almost in the stands now.
That's right.
So it's going to be second down and 13. And they're especially conscious of that when the play's coming that way. They don't want the guys on the sidelines getting mixed up with guys flying out of bounds. Clock approaching the 10-minute mark of the fourth quarter. 17-14 Crown Point. They come right back to Mills. He goes right back to the right side. He squirts down inside the 25 to about the 22. He does not go out of bounds, but they're looking at a third down and manageable 5-6 yards.
Yeah, but he's getting 6 and 7 yards at a pop, and they're running everything to the right side.
And that's the short side of the field right now too.
And that's where their best offensive line play's been too.
So they split a couple of men out wide to the left, spread the Slicers out, third down and 6. Big play in this ball game. 17-14 Crown Point leads. They're in Slicer territory. They may be in field goal range. They go back to Mills. He breaks a couple of tackles. He's got the first down. It's going to be first and goal at the 6.
Yeah, and it still was over that right side again, more towards the middle, but it's over the right side.
He slipped through a couple that looked like arm tackles for LaPorte, so it's first and goal now. And get the clock moving.
I thought he got further down than that.
At 9:13 left here in the ball game. Bulldogs trying to make it a 2-score game. The Slicer defense could make a stand here, force them to kick a field goal. You'd be 6 down and time to move. Trips to the right side. They go right back to Mills. He cuts back from the right inside. He takes it into the end zone. As right now, the Slicers have no answer for Scott Mills. He takes that in from 8 yards out. And we got a 23-14 Crown Point lead.
Yeah, that was a nice run. We have a Slicer down on the field.
So we do have an injured Slicer. While they tend to him, we will send it back to the studio for this 30-second break. You're listening to Slicer Football on 96.7 The Eagle.
Want to connect with us here at 96.7 The Eagle? Give us a call. The Liquor Vault on air line, 362-0522. It's the number to dial for sound off, sports radio, or make a music request. The Liquor Vault on air line, sponsored by the Liquor Vault on Highway 35 South in Kingsbury, with all your wine, beer, and adult beverage favorites. They also have propane and ice. All your party supplies at the Liquor Vault on 35 South in Kingsbury. Don't forget the Liquor Vault on air line numbers here at the Broadcast Center, 362-0522. Let's get back to Slicer Football on 96.7 Eagle, brought to you by LaPorte Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
The injured Slicer, who is up and walking off a little bit gingerly. That looks like that's Noah Perez.
That's not a good thing.
He is walking off under his own power. Bulldogs out to attempt the extra point, trying to make it a 10-point ball game. 8:42 left. Muma out to attempt the extra point. They're trying to get everybody out there. Boy, you'd think with an injured guy after you scored a touchdown, you'd know who was supposed to be out there. So Muma will attempt the extra point. He's been solid with all of his, and his kick is up, and it is good. With 8:42 left in the ball game, Crown Point has run their lead to 24-14. Stephen and I'll be back after this timeout. You're listening to Slicer Football on 96.7 Eagle.
If you've lost a pet or found a pet, call Pet Patrol. Here are some examples.
I've lost my dog. Can somebody help me?
Pet Patrol.
Kevin! Thanks, Pet Patrol. So I says to Mabel, I found this lost kitty. Who do I call? And Mabel says,
Pet Patrol. Pet Patrol really works. Pet Patrol airs at 12:28 p.m. right before sound off, Monday through Friday.
Let's give it a try. I guess it doesn't work for cracked sidewalks.
Pet Patrol works for pets, not cracked sidewalks.
Let's get back to Slicer Football on 96.7 Eagle, brought to you by Friedman & Associates.
8:42 left in this homecoming battle. Crown Point has stretched their lead out to 10 points. They lead LaPorte 24-14. Kicking off will be Jack Muma. They're going to move Berquist over here to the near side. They've been kicking it over this way to Burnell. Hill in the middle, and Alexander. See if they want to go ahead and kick it to Berquist. They've been coming this way every time.
Yeah, we'll see. Trying to put your best players on the field.
Muma, end over end kick. Berquist going to get it up at about the 15. He's at the 20, to the 25, at the 30. Gets tackled from behind, falls forward to the 34. LaPorte with pretty good field position. With 8:34 left, they trail it by 10. Slicers got to get a score in a reasonable amount of time, get the ball back, and do it again.
Yeah, Alexander got dinged on that too.
So Kirkham brings the offense out for LaPorte. 8:34 left. It's 24-14. Crown Point leading the Slicers.
This is the best starting field position for the Slicers all night.
Salawachek's at center in for Alex Lewis, who got hurt on the 2-point attempt. After the second score, Kuznis up the box. Taken down at about the 28. So Kuznis busts one up the middle, takes it all the way down to the 28 of Crown Point. He was chased down by the Bulldogs, Sam Krutz. First down, Slicers at the 28 of Crown Point, and Reese checks into the ball game for the Slicers at a running back. First down, LaPorte in Crown Point territory. They're going to try Berquist. Going to try to get wide. Turns the corner to 25. Down about the 20. Shoots down the side. Cuts back in. That looked too easy.
Yeah.
But he went out of bounds about the 18. Real close to a first down.
It's not bad that he's out of bounds. Two Slicers still need 2 scores. They have to take Kuznis out because he ran so far.
8:13 left. First down, LaPorte. They're at the 18-yard line of Crown Point in the red zone. Kirkham, right side, barreling down to the 10, inside the 10 to about the 8, going to be about a yard short of the first down is Isaac Alexander. Boy, LaPorte, the offense has come out and exploded here when they got down 10. Second down and about a yard. Inside 8 minutes left. Kirkham down under center. They go back to Berquist. He tries to bounce it out wide left and get a hold called.
This is going to be an interesting call for Crown Point. Do you take it's about a 4-yard loss. It'll be third and about 6. Or you take the penalty and make it second and give them three downs.
Bulldogs are going to make their decision. Berquist, against trying to figure out who exactly got held. Said he was getting hit by everybody. And I would think you got to take the yardage.
Yeah.
And they do. That's going to move it back to the 22. Going to be second down and about 14 for the Slicers.
But they still have 3 plays to get the 14 yards.
So LaPorte quickly up to the line of scrimmage. 7:42 left in this one. They go right side, powering his way inside the 20 down to about the 16. Goes Alexander. Going to be third down and about 9 for the Slicers.
Slicers are in 4-down territory.
Clock ticking at 7:20. It's 24-14 Crown Point. Little counter play out across the 10, down inside the 10, close to the first down. Goes Alexander.
He's motioning first down.
But we don't care. But he does. The referee's got to do it. It's going to be fourth down and about a yard for the Slicers. They're at the 9. LaPorte, no huddle. Goes right under center. They come right back. Alexander doesn't have much, but he's got enough for the Slicer first down. It'll be first and goal at about the 7.
Boy, Slicers are going at a much faster pace.
And they're eating it up with chunks. They do need to score on this possession, and you need to score pretty quickly. You don't need to eat up another minute or two here getting it in.
Yeah, and you need to score 7. We got a timeout.
Got a timeout on the Crown Point called by the Bulldogs. With that timeout, we'll send it back to the studio for this 30-second break. You're listening to Slicer Football on 96.7 The Eagle.
We all have birthdays. We all like gifts, so why not have an extra one? Marco's Pizza wants to give you a pizza for your birthday. Want in on all the fun? All you have to do is write down your name and date of birth on a 3x5 index card and get it to the broadcast center. 1700 Lincoln Way Place, Suite 8. Every morning on Tradio at 9:15, we will read all the birthdays for the day and draw one lucky winner to receive a 10-inch specialty pizza from Marco's Pizza at 1505 Lincoln Way in LaPorte. It's the Marco's Pizza Birthday Club here on 96.7 The Eagle. WLOI, WCOE, LaPorte. Back to Slicer Football on 96.7 Eagle, brought to you by Auto Body Specialties.
6:44 left in this homecoming game between LaPorte and Crown Point. Crown Point leads the Slicers 24-14, but LaPorte first and goal at the Crown Point 7, trying to get themselves back within one score. Down under center goes Kirkham. Tries to and into the end zone goes Reese. Boy, I thought Berquist had it. They gave it to Reese. He punches it in from 7 yards out. So Jeremiah Reese,
second touchdown in 2 weeks,
gets on the board at the 6:41 mark. So Jeremiah with the 8-yard run makes it a 24-20 game. Robles comes out to attempt the extra point for the Slicers. Kirkham to hold. Snap is good. Robles' kick is up, and it is good. With 6:41 left, the Slicers cut the Bulldog lead back to 24-21. Steve and I'll be back with the Slicer kickoff after this timeout. You're listening to Slicer Football on 96.7 The Eagle.
Want to connect with us here at 96.7 The Eagle? Give us a call. The Liquor Vault on-air line, 362-0522. It's the number to dial for sound off, or Tradio, or make a music request. The Liquor Vault on-air line, sponsored by the Liquor Vault on Highway 35 South in Kingsbury. With all your wine, beer, and adult beverage favorites. They also have propane and ice. All your party supplies at the Liquor Vault on 35 South in Kingsbury. Don't forget the Liquor Vault on-air line numbers here at the Broadcast Center, 362-0522. The Gold Clipper Pet Salon and Resort. Located at 112 J Street in LaPorte, is considered one of the best grooming salons in LaPorte. The Gold Clipper, open since 1985, offers a variety of services to ensure your pet has a pleasant experience in a stress-free environment. The Gold Clipper also offers daycare and boarding for your precious best friend. Stop in and check out their selection of solid gold dog and cat food, as well as an assortment of treats. For more info, call them at 219-324-5000 or go to their website, www.goldclipper.com. Now back to Slicer Football on 96.7 Eagle, brought to you by T-Berry's Diner.
24-21 Crown Point. Jesse Moore sets up over on the far hash mark. Crown Point doesn't have their hands team in. Sure looks like he's thinking about an onside kick here. Dave Sharp with his hands up now. He says it's okay to go. Moore gonna pooch it over here to the left side. Parker Hill grabbed it. It's out to the 46. I think Parker touched it before the 50 though.
Yeah, and I think that's
that's the right call.
Yeah, it is.
Parker Hill came flying. He touched it at the 49.
They had him outmanned on that side too.
Knocked it into Crown Point territory, but the Bulldogs will get it at the 49 of LaPorte. It's a great idea. Boy, that's awful tough. You're running full speed to let that thing bounce one more yard. But the Slicers, a great idea, just couldn't quite get it done. Hill touched it at the 49. He knocked it into Bulldog territory where he picked it up. That would have been a legal pickup, but we didn't touch it early.
Yeah, Parker Hill came limping off the field there. Perez is back in the game.
So Perez is in. Crown Point 1st and 10. They're at the 49 of LaPorte after the onside kick does not work for the Slicers. Gabe Chavez over at one outside linebacker for LaPorte. Boy, we could use this Crown Point turnover right now. They owe us one. Gonzalez into motion. Moves back to the right side. Pettit gets him set. They're going to try Mills. He tries to cut it up, and he gets stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Going to be 2nd down and 10. Whole bunch of Slicers in there. Matt Neff led the way. Going to be 2nd down and 10 for Crown Point. Clock ticking at 6:20.
And Perez was the last one out off the pile.
Crown Point will try to eat some of this clock. They've had a really good punting night from their punter, Flavin. 2nd down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Play clock, they've got it down to 13. They're taking their time. Trips to the right side. Low snap. And jumping on it at the 44 is Pettit. That's going to be a loss of about 7. And they're going to be looking at a 3rd and 17. Slicers shuffle some personnel. Solvinsky checks into the ball game, and out comes Jordan Steinheiser.
Leland Ferguson is in place of Parker Hill. Parker got up limping after recovering that onside kick.
So big play here. 3rd down and 17 for the Bulldogs. 5:23 left in this one. They're at their own 45-yard line. They need to move a man into motion.
Watch a draw or a screen here.
They're going to go to Mills, left side. He turns it up, spins it back to the original line of scrimmage about the 49. It's going to be 4th down and 10.
Leland Ferguson in on that tackle.
So the Bulldogs will punt it away, and they have done a magnificent job punting tonight. That's been Colin Flavin.
Huge stop by the Slicers.
So dropping back deep is Kirkham for LaPorte. Alexander's going to go back there too. Flavin, who's dropped a couple inside the 10. One of them squirted into the end zone.
We've got a timeout, Slicers.
Slicers have to call a timeout. I don't think they got the people out there they wanted.
Either that or they had too many people out there.
We'll send it back to the studio for this 30-second break. You're listening to Slicer Football on 96.7 Eagle.
If you've lost a pet or found a pet, call Pet Patrol.
punting for Crown Point. Colin Flavin, he has been really good tonight. Flavin gets the snap, gets the kickoff. It's a good one. Alexander's going to come up. Did that go through his legs? Did we touch that? And they're going to call it down. And who are they going to say has got it? It's our ball. Wow, that went right through Alexander's wickets. And the Slicer offense comes out. The bat, or is that our defense coming out? Did we touch that?
No, our defense not coming out.
Okay, you know what? I glanced down. Kalik's out there. That makes me nervous. Referees are talking. What are they going to say? So the Slicers offense is out. The Slicers dodge a bullet. Alexander came running up. You got Parker Hills dinged up. He's your main return guy. Alexander came up. That ball hit right in front of him, went right through his legs. And
I don't know how it didn't touch him. I don't know how it didn't touch him.
And Crown Point got on it, but the Slicers have 4:29 left. They trail by 3.
And they got 84 yards to go.
They're at their own 16. Under center goes Kirkham. They're going to try Bergquist wide. He's to the 20, out to about the 25. It gets himself out of bounds. Nice pickup of about 8. Going to be second down and 2 for LaPorte.
And the clock stops. You got Jeremiah Ruiz in at fullback.
So Bergquist is at one halfback. Alexander's the other. Ruiz will be the fullback. 4:23 left, second and 2 for LaPorte. Right up the box goes Ruiz, and there is nothing there. He ran into a sea of white shirts. They're going to give him the original line of scrimmage. Going to be third down and a couple.
Yeah, this is 4-down territory.
Clock ticking, 4:09 left, 24-21. Crown Point leads LaPorte. Under center goes Kirkham. Trying the right side out near first down yards. I think he's got it out to about the 29. That is Bergquist again. That is a first down out to the 29-yard line. Clock stopped at 3:55 to move the chains. Slicers go no huddle. Kirkham quickly under center. Runs a little counter. Bergquist gets hit. He's going to get taken down. Going to lose about a yard. Real nice defensive play by the Bulldogs as they stayed home on the counter. It's going to be second down and about 11 for LaPorte.
Yeah, that was number 80, Trevor Biscat.
So second and 11 for LaPorte. 3:29 left. Do or die drive for the Slicers. Going to try to get Sunshine out wide to the right side. He's at the 30, turns upside, gets taken down. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds just past the 35-yard line.
That's okay because the clock stops.
Going to be third down and about 4 for LaPorte. Slicers are just past the 35. Got to get it out to the 39. 3:21 left. Kirkham quickly under center. Slicers go right side. They're not going to get it. They're going to be about a yard short at the 38-yard line. It's going to be fourth and about a yard. This is pretty close to do or die time play for LaPorte.
Big fourth down play for the Slicers.
Clock ticking down toward the 3-minute mark. 4th and 1 for the Slicers. We go inside 3 minutes. Slicers trail 24-21. Slicers go left side to Alexander. We'll see if he got it. It's all going to be the mark. The Bulldogs think they stopped him. I'm thinking they might have. Well, it depends on which referee you're looking at.
That's right.
Oh, I think we got a good spot. Oh, not as good a spot as I thought. Now I don't think we got it. They are going to measure it, but you know what? I don't know. We had to get the 39 plus, and I think we barely got the 39.
The big measurement here.
Game clock to 2:49. They stretch it, and we're inches short. Crown Point takes over on downs. The Slicer defense comes out with 2:49 left. We have got 2 timeouts left. You really can't afford to give up a first down, and I think you're going to get a steady dose of Scott Mills.
Yeah, we are.
24-21 Crown Point, 2:49 left. Been kind of a spotty game. Slicers have turned it over a couple of times, have not played special teams very well. Crown Point has hurt themselves a ton with penalties, but right now the Bulldogs about a first down away from first down or two away from being able to run this one out.
Yeah, one first down will give them the game. Will give them the game, and you see what we got. Officials timeout.
I think Alexander, he's had his shirt tail untucked the whole game, and they send him out, I guess.
Ethan Mikowski
checks in. I don't know if he was talking or what the deal was. He's not tucking his shirt in. I've never seen yeah, now he's tucking his shirt in. Wondered when you were going to say something about that. 2:49 left. Pettit from the gun. Gives it to Mills. Tries the right side. Turns it upfield. Got the first down and gets it down to about the 20-yard line. Just about broken as Alexander checks back into the Slicer lineup. With 2:43 left.
Where I think they spotted it at.
Got it spotted. He must have stepped out of bounds back at about the 26, where it's 1st and 10 and the clock is stopped.
That's a break for LaPorte.
So first down for the Bulldogs. LaPorte with a couple of timeouts. 2:43 left in this one. They split one man wide to the left side. They move Gonzalez into motion. Slicers showing blitz. They give it back to Mills. He goes back to that right side where he's been really successful. Gets it down inside the 25.
And the clock continues to run.
He did manage to stay in bounds. It'll be 2nd down and about 7 for Crown Point. Slicers are going to call one of their 2 timeouts. And we'll be back after this timeout. You're listening to Slicer Football on 96.7 Eagle.
We all have birthdays. We all like gifts, so why not have an extra one? Marco's Pizza wants to give you a pizza for your birthday. Want in on all the fun? All you have to do is write down your name and date of birth on a 3x5 index card and get it to the broadcast center. 1700 Lincoln Way Place, Suite 8. Every morning on Tradio at 9:15, we will read all the birthdays for the day and draw one lucky winner to receive a 10-inch specialty pizza from Marco's Pizza at 1505 Lincoln Way in LaPorte. It's the Marco's Pizza Birthday Club here on 96.7 The Eagle. Let's get back to Slicer Football on 96.7 Eagle, brought to you by Raymond & Spence Insurance Group.
2nd down and 7 for the Bulldogs. They are at the Slicer 24. They lead LaPorte 24-21. They've got the ball. There's just 2:34 left in this one. I'm guessing Scott Mills to the right.
Yes, that would be
Pettit. No, Scott Mills to the left. Then he cuts back up the middle, gets wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Slicers will call their last timeout. Going to be 3rd down and 9. And the Slicers will take that timeout.
And it was a loss. Scott Mills to the left was a loss. Schnabel Alarm Systems has been protecting lives and property in LaPorte County since 1973. Call Schnabel Alarm Systems at 219-362-8969 to schedule a price quote for a professionally installed security alarm system.
So 3rd down and 8 for Crown Point. Slicers have called their last timeout. LaPorte will need to have to have a stop here. The game's over. They get a first down. Crown Point then on 4th down will run it down as far as they can if LaPorte can get them stopped. And then we'll see what happens from there.
Best thing the Slicers could hope for is a turnover here.
A fumble would be a good thing, especially when it bounced up into one of our guys' hands.
Yeah, and return it for a touchdown.
So Crown Point, 3rd down and 8.
They don't want much, do I?
Mills off to the left side of Pettit. You got to believe they're going to go right back to the right.
They're going
move their receiver from the right side to the left side. They are going to try Mills to the right. Turns it up, gets wrapped up. Is able to fight forward to about the 23.
Good defense by the Slicers.
Where it's going to be 4th down and 7. Crown Point will be able to run the clock down to about 140, 145. I imagine they'll do that and call a timeout.
And I don't think they're going to kick a field goal here. They're going to try to get a first down. I'm surprised with Crown Point. They had 3 receivers to the left-hand side, and they ran back to the weak side. They had very little blocking over there. The Slicers kind of overloaded that side.
So the play clock down to 2, down to 1. Crown Point will call a timeout with 1:39 left. They lead at 24-21. Steve and I will be back after this 30-second break. Listening to Slicer Football on 96.7 The Eagle.
Want to connect with us here at 96.7 The Eagle? Give us a call. The Liquor Vault on-air line, 362-0522. It's the number to dial for sound off, Porch Radio, or to make a music request. The Liquor Vault on-air line, sponsored by the Liquor Vault on Highway 35 South in Kingsbury, with all your wine, beer, and adult beverage favorites. They also have propane and ice. All your party supplies at the Liquor Vault on 35 South in Kingsbury. Don't forget the Liquor Vault on-air line numbers here at the Broadcast Center, 362-0522. Now back to exciting LaPorte Slicer football on 96.7 Eagle, brought to you by All-Star Autos.
1:39 left in this ball game. Crown Point leads LaPorte 24-21. Bulldogs are 4th and 6 at the Slicer 23. Slicers are out of timeouts. Bulldogs going to try to pick up a first down and end this thing. Slicers need to stop them, see if they can get a score here in the last minute and a half. You're going to do or die play here for the Slicers. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Crown Point. They fake it to Mills, throw it down the right side, and it's going to fall incomplete. They tried to go to one of their tall receivers, Brock Lipscomb, right over there with him. Couldn't make the catch. Slicers will take over on downs to their own 23 with 1:34 left in this one and no timeouts.
The Slicers need chunk plays here. Or running wide and making sure you get out of bounds to stop the clock.
Ball over on the left hash mark, 1st and 10 for LaPorte. As we mentioned, LaPorte out of timeouts. They're down 3. You'd have to be almost to the goal line to even think about a tying field goal. They split men wide to each side. They have a lone back in the backfield. Dropping back is Kirkham. He throws it. He's got a man down there and not able to make the play. Was Alexander. He got tangled up a little bit with his defensive back, scooted back in about the 50-yard line, just couldn't get the ball to make the catch.
Boy, he was open.
He had gotten around Kenny Mills, and if he'd been able to get another step and get that at the 50,
it might have been 6.
So the clock stopped with 1:28, 2nd and 10 for LaPorte. They've got a wide receiver at each side, 1 lone back. This will look.
We haven't seen much.
No. Kirkham again drops back, looking left, launches it down that sideline again. It bounces around. They tried Alexander, and that's knocked away by Crown Point's Raylon Cozy. And it'll be 3rd and 10 for LaPorte with 1:23 left.
Basically, your receivers you got your double tight ends, and you got 2 wide receivers. Berquist on one side and Alexander on the other.
And Crown Point shifting people around. 3rd and 10 for LaPorte, 1:23 left. Alexander wide left, Berquist wide right. There's 1 lone back in the backfield. They're going to run a little trap right up the box out to about the 29. Going to be 4th down at about 5 for LaPorte. Clock's going to keep moving. Slicers with no timeouts, 1:12 left. That was Reese, I believe, on that run. LaPorte gets set up. They go back to their base offense on 4th and 5. We approach the 1-minute mark. Play of the game here for the Slicers. Kirkham's going to try to keep it himself. Turns it up, and he's going to get taken down short of the first down at the 32 or 33, and the Slicers are going to turn it over on downs, and that is going to do it with 57 seconds left. Slicers swear they got a first down, but the referee said no, you don't.
No, they didn't have a first down.
You know what? They've got the ball marked the 32. Oh, they moved the marker for Crown Point. That's what our guys are looking at.
Yeah, I know.
So first down for the Bulldogs. They will go to the victory formation now with 1 snap, maybe 2, and they are going to get out of here with a Duneland Conference win. Hard-fought win over the Slicers. Not a real pretty game by either team, but Slicers with a couple of turnovers, and Crown Point really dominated special teams. That's the difference.
Yeah, and exactly right.
Quick knee for Pettit. They're are going to see they're probably going to have to snap it one more time. So Crown Point going to move to 3-4 on the year. Slicers will drop to 2-5. Bulldogs just have to take one more snap, and they do, and that is going to do it. The Crown Point Bulldogs come to Kiwanis Field, spoil the Slicer homecoming, and they defeat LaPorte 24-21. And actually a game we all pretty much called beforehand. We said it was going to be close. Turnover's going to make the difference. We thought it would be in the low 20s. Here we are.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just wanted it to be on the other side, but the Slicers didn't make enough big plays to win. You know what? They really had big chunk plays that haven't had all year, and but they ended up